Chapter 789. Seven Swords Ancestors. Not long after Qin Yun entered Xian martial realm, Yao Feng and Bing Xing used the 9 absolute spirit sealing needle to help him reach mid-stage Xian martial realm. Now, the Jin family wanted to help him increase his cultivation to the late stage of the Xian martial realm. It hadn't been long. Therefore, Qin Yun was somewhat worried that breaking through too quickly would negatively affect him. Sword Sect Leader, I am already in the middle stage of Xian martial realm, and I broke through not long ago. Wouldn't it be bad for me to break through now? Qin Yun said. Jin Linglong and the other women are endlessly apprehensive because they participated in the joint cultivation and helped Qin Yun break through to Xian martial realm. But in just a few days, Qin Yun had reached the mid-stage. Well, it should be fine. Although our Jin family's breakthrough secret technique cannot be used continuously, it is still very stable. Jin Shitian is also very shocked. Bao Changshuo and Chu Binyu also secretly exclaimed. They thought that Qin Yun was only at the initial stage of Xian martial realm. They didn't expect him to be at the middle stage. They suddenly felt that they knew too little about Qin Yun. Qin Yun followed Jin Shitian and left. They flew in the sky above the Sword Immortal Villa and headed towards the middle area. On the road, Qin Yun sent sound transmission to Yao Feng inside the third pearl. Sister Yao Feng, I defeated Long Xinquang. He reported the process of the competition because Yao Feng was also very interested in the evil god possession. Bring the devil horn in so I can take a look? Rest assured, now that you have Jin family help you increase your cultivation, there won't be any problem. As long as they don't use 9 absolute spirit sealing needles, there won't be any problem, Yao Feng said. Her words also made Qin Yun feel relieved. Qin Yun placed the devil horn into the third bead. During this period of time, Yao Feng has been comprehending Devil Immortal Great Emperor's 9-Sun World Extermination Scripture. At the same time, she is also devouring Xie Ying's power. To her, these days are very fulfilling. Qin Yun followed Jin Shitian and arrived at the center of the Sword Immortal Villa. There is a mountain hundreds of meters high here. Qin Yun followed him into a cave on the mountain and went deep into it. In the depths, there's a very spacious hall. There are 7 pillars that are a few meters tall. The pillars look very ancient and emitted an aura of vicissitudes. There are also all kinds of complicated runes carved on them. Qin Yun was immediately attracted by the runes. Most of them were sun runes, and there were even sun totems. On the pillars, there were 7 old men sitting. The 7 old men had heads full of white hair and very long beards. They were all dressed in gray clothes and were floating cross-legged on the pillars with their eyes closed. The moment Qin Yun entered the middle of the 7 pillars, he felt immense pressure, especially the sword aura of the 7 elders. It was as though they wanted to tear him apart. Jin Shitian said in low voice, Qin Yun, you can sit in the middle. Qin Yun doesn't know the origin of these 7 old men, but from their aura, they are very powerful half-immortals. He seemed to be close to the strength of an immortal. He might just be a step away from becoming an immortal, shattering the void and entering the immortal desolate. Qin Yun sat in the middle and closed his eyes, allowing himself to enter a very relaxed state. Jin Shitian said, Qin Yun, these 7 are our Jin family's 7 old ancestors. Those 7 immortal swords are controlled by them. They will use the 7 immortal swords and 7 immortal origins to help you break through. All right, Qin Yun nodded. Even now, the 7 old men had not opened their eyes. Qin Yun also secretly sighed with emotion at Jin family's foundation. The strength of these 7 old ancestors is very dreadful. No wonder those Xian domain people don't dare to act recklessly. They clearly know that there are 7 old ancestors with outstanding strength here. If they don't count immortals, these 7 old ancestors can be considered as the strongest group of humans in Spirit Desolate. It's starting, Jin Shitian suddenly shouted in low voice. With a whooshing sound, Qin Yun saw 7 swords appear and surround him. Are these the 7 immortal swords outside? Qin Yun only feels endless fear because these 7 sharp swords are filled with waves of killing intent. The ruthless aura seems to be roaring. With one look, it is clear that these 7 swords have killed countless people. However, Qin Yun doesn't sense any evil devil aura from these 7 swords. On the contrary, they have a kind of chivalrous aura. He suddenly recalled what Ling Yuner and Xiao Yuanmei said. Becoming an immortal also requires cultivating virtue. Obviously, the 7 patriarchs had also comprehended this principle. These are the old ancestors' origin swords. You don't need to be afraid, Jin Shitian said with smile. Qin Yun is even more amazed. The origin swords of these 7 old ancestors are already immortal tools. Suddenly, Qin Yun sensed 7 types of energy attacking him from all directions. Above and below his body, there are many types of energy attacking him. Qin Yun relaxed his body, then operated immortal devil sacred body art, drew in the energy, and entered into cultivation state. Several days passed by. The 7 old ancestors suddenly opened their eyes. Jin Shitian promptly asked, "Old ancestor, what is it?" An old man's face is filled with shock. This little demon Xiandao core is very strange. He needs to pour in even more energy to level up. Qin Yun's nether sun is absorbing a great amount of energy. It is also releasing Xiandao power sharp edge. Just by sensing it, one can feel that one's mind is being pierced. It is very uncomfortable. Jin Shitian can clearly sense that Qin Yun's Xiandao power sharp edge is very strong. It is completely out of the ordinary. After Qin Yun entered mid-stage Xian martial realm, this kind of Xiandao power sharp edge has always been reserved. Now that he is greedily absorbing energy, it is finally released. Then can we still continue? Jin Shitian somewhat anxiously asked because their Jin family promised to help Qin Yun increase his cultivation. Of course we can, it will just take a long time. This little demon is indeed worthy of being the person who defeated evil god possession. He is indeed very strange. Xiao Tian, you could go busy yourself first, that old ancestor said. Jin Shitian nodded his head and left with shock. After Jin Shitian left, a one-eyed old ancestor looked at Qin Yun and asked, "Little guy, you should tell us about your cultivation situation." "Seniors, I can't say. If you don't want to help me break through, I won't have any complaints." Qin Yun said, "What you cultivated is not a Xiandao core, right? It should be the same as our origin swords. It has already turned into an object." That one-eyed old ancestor said. Indeed, Qin Yun is secretly apprehensive. These old ancestors can more or less guess it. Although you have a formidable immortal body, we can also sense that your immortal body contains a very evil energy. I hope you can suppress that evil energy later, the one-eyed old ancestor said. Many thanks for senior's reminder. Qin Yun said, "We won't ask you anything. After all, probing other people's cultivation path is taboo. Myriad great Daos. Everyone's cultivation path is different. It is full of strange oddities of every description." The one-eyed old ancestor sighed. Next, the 7 old ancestors didn't continue asking questions. Qin Yun also sensed that after absorbing a great amount of energy, his nether sun is becoming stronger. If I enter late-stage Xian martial realm, the Xian power sharp edge released by the Xiandao core will become even stronger. It can even turn into all living things. Qin Yun said in his heart, "I don't have Xiandao core. I cultivate nether sun. I don't know what will happen." A few days passed by. Qin Yun's nether sun suddenly trembled violently and burst out black-colored Xian power sharp edge. The Xian power sharp edge rushed out of his body and illuminated all around, causing those old people to feel an indescribable fear. Qin Yun was unable to control the Xian power sharp edge in the moment of breakthrough. Then with a thought, he took back the sharp edge. "Seniors, you have worked hard. This youngster can't thank you enough." Qin Yun got up and promptly said gratefully, "I hope you will do more good deeds in the future. Accumulate merit and virtue. It will make it easier for you to become an immortal." The one-eyed old ancestor nodded and said. Qin Yun thanked the 7 patriarchs once again. Then, he bade them farewell and walked out of the cave. I stayed inside for about 13 days. The Martial King competition should be over, right? Qin Yun suddenly felt disappointed. He originally wanted to take a look. After he came out of the cave, he saw Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi, the two absolutely charming concubines. Why are you here? Qin Yun thought that the one waiting for him here would be Jian Shitian. Why do you look so disappointed? Shui Tianzi pouted coquettishly. She is wearing a pink skirt. She looks even more bewitching and charming. She walked over and hugged Qin Yun's arm. Zi Qingsheng is wearing simple purple clothes. She walked over and said, "They are no longer on a new sword island." "Where do they go?" Qin Yun asked. Xian domain people invited them to an ancient, desolate secret domain. They said that they will compete in martial arts and then go explore that ancient, desolate secret domain. Zi Qingsheng sighed and said, "That ancient, desolate secret domain seems to be very awesome. Many half-immortals are tempted. Then a large group of them rushed over. Those fellows from Xian domain invited them. There must be something fishy going on." Qin Yun felt that nothing good has happened after hearing this. "Little brother Yun, I also think so. Don't go." Sect Master Bao also said that after you come out, you should wait here for them to come back, and then we will bring you back to Immortal Weapon City. Shui Tianzi's water, like charming jade hand, held Qin Yun's hand and gently caressed it. "You may also went?" Qin Yun asked. Zi Qingsheng nodded her head. "Damn it. Do you know where that desolate domain is?" "I also want to go," Qin Yun promptly said. Sword Sect Master and many Jian family half-immortals also went. There shouldn't be any problem. Zi Qingsheng said with frown, "Little brat, you don't need to worry. We will just wait for them here. I heard that the ancient desolate secret domain was discovered by the Long family, and the powers of the Xian domain also came here to go there." Shui Tianzi said, "Little brother Yun, we better not go. Listen to big sisters and stay here. This won't do, we must go. I am worried that there's a trap. It is not like Sword Sect Master and the others have never stumbled before." Qin Yun doesn't believe in the strength of Jian Shitian and the others. Last time, if he did not use Devil Star Overlord to turn the tide, the entire Sword Immortal Villa might have been occupied by Devil Xian Domain's devils. Zi Qingsheng took out a talisman. It is the soul-chasing talisman, and said, "All right, we will also go with you." Chapter 790. Ancient Era's race Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi are still somewhat unwilling to let Qin Yun go to that desolate domain, because there are many Xian domain and Long families half-immortals in that desolate domain. That place is also not Jian family's territory. If Qin Yun goes there and people from Xian domain and Long family find out, it will be very dangerous. "Little brother Yun, do you really want to go?" "It is not that we don't want you to go. It is just that we are very worried about your safety," Shui Tianzi said delicately and shook Qin Yun's arm. Zi Qingsheng also nodded her head. "Rest assured, I will be fine inside the Nether Moon desolate domain." Qin Yun smiled and pinched Zi Qingsheng's face. Zi Qingsheng lightly snorted and then activated the talisman. After determining the direction, they went back to do simple disguise so that they don't look too ostentatious. Shui Tianzi and Zi Qingsheng changed into simple white clothes and wore conical bamboo hats. Qin Yun is now wearing gray clothes, a beard pasted on his face, and some markings on his face. After they did simple disguise, they left New Sword Island. Zi Qingsheng took out her flying spirit tool. It is a flying shuttle, and it does not look very good. Shui Tianzi felt very restless along the way because Bao Changsho repeatedly warned them to wait for Qin Yun to come out and make him stay in Sword Immortal Villa. But now they are bringing Qin Yun to that desolate domain. Qin Yun saw Shui Tianzi's worried expression. He caressed her charming face and said with smile, "Big sister Shui, you don't need to be afraid. I will definitely protect you when the time comes." "Little brother Yun, what is your current cultivation?" Shui Tianzi asked. "Late stage, Xian martial realm," Qin Yun said with smile. "When you were at initial and mid-stage Xian martial realm, you were already stronger than us. It seems like we don't have the ability to protect you now." Shui Tianzi bitterly sighed. "I am not asking you to protect me. I just want you to help me refine tools and make talismans. Qin Yun pinched her chin and said with playful smile, "Little brother Yun, I can also warm your bed." Shui Tianzi charmingly smiled, rubbed her body against Qin Yun, and leaned her head on Qin Yun's shoulder. Her whole body is wrapped around Qin Yun. Qin Yun is sitting on the shuttle's floor and has nowhere to hide. He can only let Shui Tianzi take advantage of him. Ever since he got to know Shui Tianzi, he had gradually gotten used to her clinginess. Zi Qingcheng used to say a few words, but now she didn't. That desolate domain seems to be inside the Devil Desolate. I heard that they will have to fly for a few days before they can reach it. Zi Qingcheng said, "A few days is fine. I'm not bored here anyway," Qin Yun said with a chuckle before rubbing Zi Qingcheng's face. Just like that, Qin Yun played around with the two beauties inside the flying shuttle. He was very happy along the way. A few days later, they had already entered the depths of the Devil Desolate. Zi Qingcheng took the soul-chasing talisman and walked out of the flying shuttle. According to the reaction of the soul-chasing talisman, the desolate domain was nearby. At that moment, the sky was dark. Qin Yun and the two women were carefully walking down a desolate mountain. There were no trees in this large area. It was all barren wasteland. "I can't see the entrance to the desolate domain," Qin Yun said in low voice. "Over there." Zi Qingcheng held the soul-chasing talisman and pointed in a direction. They walked until late at night and arrived at a cave. "Could it be inside?" Qin Yun said. "I'll go in first," Shui Tianzi said boldly and then walked over. "Don't. Let's go in together." Qin Yun held the two women's lily-white hands and made sufficient preparations. They entered the cave and walked cautiously. After they passed through the cave, they arrived at another space. This place is no longer the desolate mountain range from before. Here, birds are singing and flowers are fragrant. There are flowers and trees everywhere, a scene full of vitality. Although it is nighttime, there are luminous plants everywhere. Qin Yun said with a frown, "This desolate domain's immortal energy is very dense. It's definitely not simple." Zi Qingcheng also suddenly became worried. A desolate domain with dense immortal energy can definitely give birth to powerful beasts or living beings. "Someone is coming," Shui Tianzi lightly shouted. "Over there." Qin Yun promptly pulled the two women and hid in a dark place. He used shadow power. What surprised Qin Yun is that he did not discover anyone, but Shui Tianzi did. Although Shui Tianzi and Zi Qingcheng are delicate and beautiful women, when they were young, they were extremely charming and caused a lot of trouble. Later, they followed Xiao Xianqin to travel the Spirit Desolate and learned a lot of things. There are a lot of people coming, a total of more than 20. All of them are tall and sturdy men. They are wearing light golden armor and holding spears. Their aura is also at the Xian martial realm, and the leader is a martial king. Another person has come to die. That's great. The leading martial king laughed heartily. "Boss, the higher-ups informed us that someone came in and told us to capture them. We didn't see anyone nearby." One person said, "It's okay. Just tell the higher-ups that they ran away." The martial king said. Qin Yun and others immediately realized that there's a very powerful force in this mysterious desolate domain, and there's a group of very powerful people living there. Moreover, the fact that there was an easy passage to enter the desolate domain was deliberately opened by the people inside to allow people from the outside to enter. Ling Yun suddenly said, "Xiao Yun, those guys are strange. They are not ordinary humans. Judging from the aura on their bodies, they should be ancient era race." Ancient era race. Qin Yun has never heard of this. In the ancient era, they were unable to adapt to the 9 suns spiritual energy of the heaven and earth and gradually became extinct. However, some ancient era race found a suitable desolate domain for them to live in, so they could continue to live. These ancient era race are innately very powerful. Ling Yun said. Qin Yun recalled the Nether Moon Desolate Domains battle race. It seems like they are also an ancient era race. These desolate domains are originally some special space. If they can control a good desolate domain, they can develop into a powerful and flourishing force. Qin Yun sent sound transmission to Shui, Tianzi, and Zi Qingcheng. I'm going to follow them back. Shui, Tianzi, and Zi Qingcheng feel that it is somewhat dangerous and promptly opposed. At this time, a cold and serene aura suddenly arrived. Madame Suyao has arrived. The leading martial king's expression greatly changed. He promptly knelt down toward the direction. Other people also promptly knelt down and prostrated on the ground. We respectfully welcome Madame Suyao. That group of people shouted. At this time, a woman suddenly floated down. Her face is sharp. Willow-shaped eyebrows are slender. She is wearing black muslin skirt. Her complexion is snow white. Her eyes are dark blue. Long hair is fluttering in the wind. Her body is releasing a cold and serene aura. It makes people feel that she has a kind of evil charm and cold temperament. This woman is very beautiful and also very special, especially her dark blue eyes. They're like two very beautiful sapphires, intelligent and flickering, causing people to look deeper and deeper. They can feel that her eyes are faintly circulating with spirit wave. Did you find those people? This woman called Suyao's voice as a kind of superior, imposing manner. It is filled with prestige and ice cold. It is as if she does not have any emotion. No, no. Just as the leading martial king finished speaking, Suyao waved her lily-white hand. Her black sleeve landed on the martial king's helmet and shattered it. Madame Suyao, please spare our lives. We came here in a hurry. We did not see anything. We did not see anyone come in. That martial king's head caved in. Did you not see the newly grown grass sprouts? There are traces of people stepping on them? Suyao's ruthless voice caused those people lying on the ground to shiver. I did not see anything. That martial king said. Then go to hell. Raising you a bunch of rice buckets is completely useless. After Suyao finished speaking, her dark blue eyes flickered with blue light, turning this group of people into blue gems. Qin Yun's group saw this scene, and their hearts almost stopped. This woman is not only very strong, she also has this kind of dreadful ability. Boom! Suyao hit those blue gems with her palm a few times and smashed them to pieces. I know you are here. If you don't want to turn into stone dregs, quickly show yourself. I can spare your life. Suyao looked at the direction where Qin Yun's group is hiding and said in cold voice. Qin Yun sighed his heart. Why do I always meet this kind of woman? Zi Qingcheng and Shui Tianzi were extremely regretful. They knew that they shouldn't have let Qin Yun come. Qin Yun is at a loss whether or not to run away. You won't be able to run away. You must obediently come out and obey me. Only then you can live. Suyao said again. This woman called Suyao seems to have a very strong desire to conquer. She wants people to completely obey her. Zi Qingcheng and Shui Tianzi both agreed to show themselves. Qin Yun can only bring them out and expose them in front of Suyao. Suyao saw the man before her and two women together. She fiercely grabbed Qin Yun and furiously asked, Did you force them to be together with you? Elder sister. He is our junior brother. Zi Qingcheng promptly said. We came with him to find Sect Master. Shui Tianzi anxiously explained. Qin Yun really did not expect that Suyao would get angry over this kind of matter. You are so beautiful. Don't be together with men. Otherwise, sooner or later you will be tainted by him. Suyao released a power and pulled Zi Qingcheng and Shui Tianzi over. You are my disciples from now on. We want to go with him to find Sect Master. Zi Qingcheng said, Don't bother looking. I will be your master from now on. If you don't agree, I will kill this man. Suyao's eyes are already emitting blue light. Zi Qingcheng and Shui Tianzi promptly sent sound transmission to Qin Yun, telling him to temporarily agree to Suyao's request. Seeing that Zi Qingcheng and Shui Tianzi agreed, Suyao did not kill Qin Yun. Instead, she stripped him naked and hung him on a tree. Zi Qingcheng and Shui Tianzi also know that Qin Yun can struggle free on his own. They only feel some heartache. Qin Yun looked at Suyao taking away Zi Qingcheng and Shui Tianzi and cursed in his heart. This woman actually dared to snatch away my sister's steamed bun and water fairy. She even stripped me naked, just you wait. Chapter 791. Taboo Ghost City. Chapter 791. Taboo Ghost City. Su Yao is very strong. Qin Yun cannot see through her cultivation. He only knows that she can easily kill martial kings. This kind of strength is not something Qin Yun can deal with. Therefore, in order to not let Qin Yun be turned into blue stone statue, Zi Qingxing and Shui Tianzi can only follow Su Yao for the time being. Qin Yun is not worried about the absolute charm two beauties now. He can see that Su Yao sincerely wants to take them as disciples. What is going on with this old witch? If she wants to tie me up, then tie me up. Why did she want to strip me naked? Qin Yun became very angry thinking about this matter. Maybe she thinks that you are very handsome, so she wants to strip you naked. Ling Yuner said with charming smile. Yuner, are you praising me? Qin Yun said in a bad mood. He is using the soul-chasing talisman to track Su Yao. Even though it is nighttime, he doesn't dare to get too close, because Su Yao can sense him when he is hiding. Yuner, my shadow power is not working in front of Su Yao. What's going on? Qin Yun is flying at low altitude. He is nimbly flying through the forest. Maybe it's because that woman has a strong sense of perception. You can also see those patrolling large men, even martial kings, did not discover you. Ling Yuner said. A3. Once it fails, I will suffer a calamity. Qin Yun is very vexed. Using shadow power to hide in the darkness is his only method of concealment. However, it is not useful every time. If he meets someone who can see through it, it will be very dangerous. While searching, Qin Yun has no choice but to stop. This won't do. I must refine something to achieve absolute concealment. Qin Yun is leaning on a big tree. He closed his eyes and recalled the star and moon runes he mastered. After a while, he decided to use 3 moon runes, 4 star runes, and 1 Dao rune to craft a talisman. Even for a Dao inscription master, this is a very big workload. But Qin Yun has many kinds of inscription spirits, so this is not a big problem for him. And most will be a bit difficult when carving Dao runes. This is also because his cultivation is very low. Last time, when he carved Dao runes, his cultivation was also very low, so it was very difficult. But now, he was at the late stage of the Xian martial realm. Making Dao weapons wasn't a problem anymore. In this desolate domain, there's a very powerful ancient clan. I don't know what abilities they have. In short, we must be wary of them. Qin Yun took out a talisman paper and began carving runes. That talisman paper was given to him by Jianling Long. Jianling Long is a Dao inscription master. When she has free time, she makes many blank talisman papers. Qin Yun also asked her for a few. Qin Yun used the mental resonance Xian pen to quickly and smoothly inscribe runes through the inscription spirit. In just 1 hour, the Dao talisman inscribed with star, moon, and Dao runes was completed. It's just a piece of cake. Qin Yun is very proud to see how easily he crafted Dao talismans. It must be known that even experienced Dao inscription masters might not be able to craft Dao talismans with high finesse in such a short time. Moreover, Qin Yun's Dao talisman can be used repeatedly. This mysterious concealment Dao talisman should allow me to conceal myself even better. I don't know what kind of concrete effect it will have. Qin Yun activated the talisman, then placed it on his heart and let the talisman fuse with his body. Not long after, he sensed that this talisman can completely gather all kinds of weak aura overflowing from his body. It should be useful. Qin Yun turned himself transparent and continued chasing after Su Yao. Xiao Yun, if you have time, you should craft some more Dao talismans. Carve totem runes through star and moon runes. This kind of Dao talisman will surely be very dreadful. When the time comes, if you can't defeat them, just directly blow up their grandpa. Ha ha ha, Ling Yuner said. Qin Yun doesn't have time to craft talisman papers now. He wants to see Jianling Long and ask for some good talisman papers. Although he has a mysterious concealment Dao talisman, Qin Yun is still worried that Su Yao will discover him. If he is discovered, He doesn't know how Su Yao will deal with him. Perhaps it will not be as simple as stripping him naked. That crazy woman Su Yao, she stripped me naked in front of Sister Steam Bun and Water Fairy, making me so embarrassed. I must pay her back. Thinking about this matter, Qin Yun felt very unhappy in his heart. Just strip her naked. Ling Yuner chuckled and said, anyway, she's also a very beautiful woman. Her body is also very good. I am not such a shameless person. Qin Yun curled his lips and said, if he truly stripped Su Yao naked and he is caught by Su Yao later, even his skin will be peeled off. Su Yao is bringing along Zi, Qingsheng, and Shui Tianzi, rushing all the way. She doesn't know that someone is following them. Qin Yun's speed is also not that fast. He certainly can't catch up to Su Yao. At most, he only knows where Su Yao is going. Daybreak. Qin Yun's body has become transparent, and he saw a large group of buildings ahead. There are indeed many people here. Qin Yun looked at those buildings ahead. It looks like a large city. Those buildings look very simple and crude. They're just casually built with square stone bricks. And inside this large group of buildings, there's a large city whose city wall is 100 meters tall. Qin Yun flew high in the sky and looked down. He discovered that the inside of the city wall is filled with black fog. Nothing can be seen. And the city outside of the city wall is also very big. It looks like it can accommodate millions of people. What's going on with that city? Qin Yun said in fear. Although he is very curious, he can only continue following Su Yao. After Qin Yun entered the city, he discovered that there is nothing special about the people here. Then he quietly revealed himself, no longer making himself transparent. These people also can't tell that he is from Spirit Desolate. Qin Yun is walking among the crowd. Through the soul-chasing talisman, he determined Su Yao's direction. She is in the depths of the city. Could it be inside the city wall? Qin Yun suddenly became somewhat worried. Because the city is surrounded by tall and huge walls, it is clear that it is very difficult to enter. While on the road, he suddenly found out that the city inside the city wall is actually a taboo ghost town. Reportedly, it has been sealed for a long time and nobody has been able to enter until now. It is also during this period of time that there are signs of the seal being broken. Could it be that the ancient era race deliberately let Spirit Desolate people in for this taboo ghost town? Qin Yun is secretly alarmed. If this is truly the case, then after entering, there will surely be great danger. Boom! While Qin Yun is walking on the street, he suddenly heard trembling sound coming from ahead. Many people immediately cried out in horror and then flew up one after another. The ghost town is about to open. Once the Death Riders leave the city, we will all die. Quickly leave this place. Quickly run. In a short period of time, many people outside the city wall fled in disorder like birds and beasts, leaving the ghost town. Qin Yun also discovered that near the city wall, the 9 sun spiritual energy is somewhat dense. There's even some immortal energy. That is why there are so many people gathered here. Thump, thump, thump. Qin Yun suddenly heard a burst of heavy footsteps coming from behind him. He turned his head to look and saw a group of people riding majestic golden tigers rushing over. There are a few dozen people in this group. Each and every one of them are very handsome and martial. Their bodies are overflowing with waves of pressure. They are holding spears in their hands and riding golden tigers, majestically rushing towards the ghost town. These tiger riders are also walking on the main road. They did not destroy any houses. At this time, Qin Yun sensed a cold aura attacking him. It is Su Yao. Qin Yun hurriedly hid in an empty shop. Su Yao suddenly appeared and blocked the path of the group of tiger riders. The leader of the tiger riders is a middle-aged man with long beard. After he stopped, the other tiger riders behind him also promptly stopped. That 10-meter-long golden tiger also let out a burst of angry roar, shaking the earth, causing the already panic-stricken people to feel even more fear. Lan Suyao, why are you blocking us? The tiger rider leader asked in cold voice. Why are you rushing in so anxiously? Lan Suyao's voice is cold. It is filled with killing intent. It is clear that her relationship with these tiger riders is not good. Of course we're going to block the Death Riders. This is our duty, the Tiger Rider leader said. If possible, we will also seal the entrance and not let people enter. Lan Suyao said with sneer, just you group of people? You want to block the big tribes from entering the ghost town? The Tiger Rider leader said, I am blocking them from entering. It is for their own good. If you go in, you will surely release the taboo things inside. At that time, the entire desolate domain will be destroyed. We don't care. We have already contacted the big powers of Spirit Desolate. Once this place is destroyed, we will go to Spirit Desolate. With our strength, we can dominate a region of Spirit Desolate. Lan Suyao said, Then do as you wish. We will block the Death Riders from breaking the gate anyways. The Tiger Rider leader said in cold voice. Qin Yun stealthily looked at the situation outside. He also saw Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi, who were beside Lan Suyao. So Long family and Xian domain people also came for the taboo ghost town. I wonder what is inside. Qin Yun is very curious in his heart. Lan Suyao brought along Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi and flew away. The Tiger Rider leader's expression is grave. He looked at the red city gate ahead and did not continue forward. There were originally millions of people outside the city wall, but they quickly ran far away. They are far away from the city wall, floating in the air and watching from far away. The people inside are all very strong. Once they see danger, they will immediately run far away. Qin Yun said in his heart, Big brother, why are we still not going? A middle-aged man asked the Tiger Rider leader. If we go this time, we might die inside. The Tiger Rider leader said as if he is facing death calmly. If we die, we die. Big brother, we are not afraid. Let's quickly rush over. Kill. We, the Tiger Riders, live to stop the Death Riders. Boom. The taboo ghost town's gate suddenly trembled again. Chapter 792. Ghost Goat Race Qin Yun can now sense that the black gas rushing out of the gate is filled with ruthless and bitter aura. Motherfucker, that crazy woman Lan Suyao. Don't tell me she wants to bring my sister Steam Bun and Water Fairy inside? Qin Yun loudly cursed in his heart. Boom! Another burst of sound arrived, but it is not from the city gate ahead. Rather, it is from far away. Damn it! There are 4 city gates here. All the big tribes are attacking the city gates. The Tiger Rider leader loudly cursed. They did not choose to attack from this side. It is also to avoid conflict with us. Charge! The Tiger Rider leader finally issued an order and rushed over with his companions. Qin Yun hastily looked for Lan Suyao and discovered that she is in the vicinity. That crazy woman is hiding nearby and watching the show. Ling Yuner said, All right, I will also watch the show from here. Qin Yun doesn't plan to take action for the time being. If he is exposed and gets caught by Lan Suyao, it will be very troublesome. Boom! An earth-shattering sound rang out, and the huge city gate suddenly shattered. An incomparably dense black gas rushed out of the huge city gate like a great river bursting through a dam. Crash! Boom! Boom! All kind of loud sound also rushed out. Qin Yun also saw those Death Riders. They are a group of completely black beastmen, upper body and lower body are beasts. They are all riding large skeletal horses, holding black spears, and all kinds of weapons in their hands. They let out a kind of blood-curdling, angry roar and galloped out. There are several tens of thousands of Death Riders rushing out. The Tiger Rider leader and his group only have a few dozen people. They can't even withstand a single blow from those Death Riders. However, the Tiger Rider leader and his group are very courageous. They are not afraid at all. They loudly shouted and rushed in to fight the Death Riders. Qin Yun is hiding on top of a stone pagoda. He can see that all the buildings near the city gate have been destroyed by the Death Riders. There is black gas in front of him, but suddenly many divine golden light flashed out. Those Tiger Riders are holding spears in their hands and released burst after burst of golden light. Those huge golden tigers are also releasing dazzling golden light rays from their mouths and massacring those Death Riders. This group of Tiger Riders are truly powerful and very brave. Qin Yun secretly admired them. The Tiger Riders clearly knew that there were very few of them, but they still fought against a large number of Death Riders. Once the Death Knights came out, they immediately destroyed the buildings outside. There were millions of people in the distance, but none of them dared to get close. Some people didn't even bother to look at it and just ran away. After all, everyone was afraid of death. Moreover, the Death Knights had been sealed for many years. Now that they had come out, the first thing they would do would be to look for food. They were living people, the best food for the Death Mounts. Qin Yun's pagoda was also destroyed by the Death Rider army. He is floating at low altitude and was not discovered by the Death Riders. The leader of the Tiger Riders was the strongest. Every time he attacked, hundreds of Death Riders would die. With a thrust of his spear, the golden energy shot out was able to penetrate multiple Death Knights. With a sweep of his spear, the shockwave created by the spear was enough to kill all the nearby Death Knights. This group of guys, I wonder how strong they are. Qin Yun secretly frowned. It seems like they're only martial kings. And they're indeed only martial kings. That crazy woman Su Yao is a lot stronger than them. Ling Yuner said. Qin Yun thought that these dozens of Tiger Riders would not be able to resist, but now the ground is filled with Death Riders' corpses. These Death Riders were just bluffing when they came out. So fucking weak. Qin Yun landed on the ground and looked at the body of a Death Rider. He very carefully attacked with his palm and discovered that these Death Riders' bodies are very weak. It's no wonder. After all, the Death Riders have been sealed for many years. Ling Yuner said. Under the cover of the black gas, Qin Yun quietly killed a few Death Riders. He didn't find any good things. They're all useless. The black gas scattered. The Tiger Riders arrived in front of the broken gate and lined up in a row, not letting people enter or leave. Lan Xiao also brought along Shui Tianzi and Zi Qingsheng and flew over. Don't think you can enter from here. The leader of the Tiger Riders furiously said. All right, seeing that you worked so hard to kill so many Death Knights, I won't make things difficult for you. Taboo Ghost Town has a total of 4 city gates. The other 3 city gates must have been broken through. What is the use of you guarding this city gate? Lan Suyao mocked a few times and then flew away. Qin Yun looked at them. He also wants to chase after them, but he also wants to ask the Tiger Rider leader about this Taboo Ghost Town. It is very clear that Lan Suyao and the leaders of the Ancient Era's races want to attack the Taboo Ghost Town. For this reason, they even joined hands with Long Family and Xian Domain's people. However, this group of Tiger Riders wanted to guard the place to the death and not let anyone in. Just as Qin Yun was about to step forward, he saw a group of people in red robes flying over from afar. This group of red-robed people all had a very obvious characteristic, which was a pair of curved goat horns on their heads. When Qin Yun saw this group of people, he knew that it was a tribe and it belonged to the Beastmen. This caused Qin Yun to recall his big brother Imperial Beast Heavenly King. Back then, Imperial Beast Heavenly King and a group of people left the Nether Moon desolate domain and then disappeared. You wretched ghost goats. With us here, don't think you can enter. The leader of the Tiger Riders furiously shouted. Great Tiger Leader, you were very awesome just now. You actually managed to exterminate that group of Death Knights. The leader of the Ghost Goat race is actually a youth with very evil and charming appearance. He landed on the ground, picked up one of the Death Knight's arm, and began gnawing on it. Ghost Goat Ruler, you know how powerful we are? Why are you still not scramming? Great Tiger Leader raised his voice a bit. His body also released a very strong aura. Ghost Goat Ruler is chewing the Death Knight's flesh as if he is eating delicious food. He did not respond to Great Tiger Leader. Ghost Goat Ruler finished eating and said, Brothers, these Death Knights are not very tasty. You can have a taste, but don't eat too much. I am worried that you will be possessed. Great Tiger Leader and other Tiger Riders saw this group of ghost goats eating the Death Knight's body. Their scalp went numb. Qin Yun cried out in alarm in his heart. These guys, what kind of things are they? Ling Yuner said, Xiao Yun, this group of Ancient Era's race is clearly related to beasts. That means Lan Suyao is also a demon beast? This damned demon. Qin Yun cursed in low voice. Ghost Goat Ruler chuckled and said, Great Tiger Leader, don't think that I don't know. You are deliberately scaring us to cover up their exhaustion. Tiger riders risk their lives to kill those death knights. Now they must have consumed a lot of energy. Ghost Goat Ruler quickly scram. Great Tiger Leader furiously said. Other tribes still give you face, so they did not choose to enter from this gate. Ghost Goat Ruler's evil and charming face is filled with evil smile. But I am different. I never give other people face. Moreover, the other 3 city gates have already been entered by powerful tribes. I want to enter from this gate to show how powerful our Ghost Goat race is. Great Tiger Leader said in deep voice. If you want to enter from here, you will have to step over our corpses. Qin Yun's brows are raised. The Tiger Riders want to fight with the Ghost Goat race. The mysterious taboo ghost town's city wall is more than 100 meters tall. The city is very large. The inside is shrouded in black fog. There are 4 city gates. Now the East City Gate is being guarded by the Tiger Riders. This mysterious, desolate domain has many ancient era's beast people tribes. They are all very powerful. Now they are enthusiastically entering the taboo ghost town. Clearly there is something inside that is attracting them to take risks. Great Tiger Leader, how about this? I will give you a chance. We will have 3 martial arts competition, 2 wins out of 3. Ghost Goat Ruler said with smile. If you can win, we will enter from another gate. Qin Yun can also see that although the Tiger Riders are not very strong, other tribes have to give them face. Even Lan Suyao did not fight with the Tiger Riders. All right, Great Tiger Leader also promptly agreed. There are more than 100 Ghost Goat race people, and each and every one of them is very strong. If they fight a group battle, the Tiger Riders will surely suffer losses. Naturally, half of the Ghost Goat race will also die. The reason why Ghost Goat Ruler is doing this is because he does not want to suffer great losses. If they can truly win, they will be able to enter the taboo ghost town with dignity. I will go first. Ghost Goat Ruler chuckled, then floated to the front and said, Who will you send out? Ghost Goat Ruler is the leader. His strength is also the strongest in the Ghost Goat race. Therefore, Great Tiger Leader also came out from the Tiger Rider's side. Great Tiger Leader, even if you win this fight, you cannot fight the next one. It is the same for me. I cannot fight again. Ghost Goat Ruler spoke. He took out a pair of black ring weapons. There are goat horns on them. They also look very strong. Great Tiger Leader used a spear. All right, he shouted and madly rushed forward. Ghost Goat Ruler's devilishly handsome face showed a sinister smile. His body suddenly flashed and exploded into red light. Only 2 rings can be seen, releasing devilish red light. They are like 2 lightning bolts. They randomly attacked Great Tiger Leader. Boom, boom, boom. Great Tiger Leader was immediately bombarded many times. His sturdy body also split open. Big brother, a Tiger Rider furiously shouted. Not long after, Great Tiger Leader was beaten to the ground. You lost. A red light ball condensed together and transformed into Ghost Goat Ruler. Great Tiger Leader was supported back. Ghost Goat Ruler also retreated, then arranged for a middle-aged man to come out. That middle-aged man has 2 goat horns on his head. It gives people a very strong feeling. Great Tiger Leader, who will you send out? Ghost Goat Ruler proudly smiled and said, Great Tiger Leader is very clear about the Ghost Goat race's strength. Although they are on the same level, their Tiger Riders don't ride tigers. Moreover, they have consumed a lot of energy. It is very difficult to win. I will go. Qin Yun suddenly appeared and shouted. Great Tiger Leader and the others are also startled because their Tiger Riders only have a few people. Now they are all here. Moreover, they don't have any friends. No one will help them. Tiger Riders also saw a dark-skinned, handsome youth wearing gray clothes. He slowly floated down. There's a trace of confident smile hanging on his face. Chapter 793. Ghost City Strange Blood Ghost Goat Race's strongest person is Ghost Goat Ruler, but he just fought with Great Tiger Leader, so he cannot come out again. Great Tiger Leader also doesn't know why this youngster, who suddenly appeared, wants to help their Tiger Riders. Because their Tiger Rider race is not welcomed here. Who are you sending out? Qin Yun took out the Nether Spirit's sacred blade. He dared to come out because he can use weapons in this kind of battle. As long as he can use weapons, he won't lose. All right, we will also send out a young one. Ghost Goat Ruler laughed loudly and then yelled, Feng Yang, you come and fight him. Feng Yang, who came out, looks like a youngster. He is a head shorter than Qin Yun. However, Feng Yang's horns are rather big, bigger than most of the ghost goats. After Great Tiger Leader saw this, he said in cold voice, Ghost Goat Ruler, the youngster you sent out is too strong. It can be seen that the bigger the horns, the stronger they are. I sent out a youngster to be fair. Ghost Goat Ruler said with chuckle, Hey, youngster, you should quickly leave. That guy called Feng Yang is very strong. Don't look at his young appearance. He was born after being nurtured for thousands of years. Great Tiger Leader said to Qin Yun, Born after being nurtured for thousands of years, it is no wonder he is so strong. Not only Qin Yun has no intention of leaving, he is even more excited. It must be known that he just entered late-stage Xian martial realm. He still has not fought. Although Feng Yang is most likely a martial king, Qin Yun is not afraid at all. He feels that it is very interesting. Brother Big Head, even though I don't know you, I respect and admire you very much. Today I will do my best to help you beat back these ghost goats. Qin Yun said, You respect me? Great Tiger Leader opened his eyes wide. He finds this hard to believe. If it was his Tiger Rider race, he would feel that it is very normal. But the youngster before him is a foreigner. Not only Great Tiger Leader, even the other Tiger Riders are endlessly stunned. Is there something wrong with your brain? What is there to respect Tiger Rider race? Ghost Goat Ruler said with sneer, Less nonsense, quickly fight. Feng Yang looked at Qin Yun, licked his lips, and said, I want to eat him. His body is releasing a very delicious feeling. This Feng Yang held a short sword in his hand, and it looked very weak. And the Nether Spirit's sacred blade in Qin Yun's hand looks even worse. Not to mention it is worn out. There are even some cracks on it. Adding the clothes he is wearing, it looks very wretched. No matter how you look at it, it doesn't look very formidable. I want to eat, eat, eat. Feng Yang suddenly let out a sharp laugh. His body turned into a red light and rushed towards Qin Yun. Go eat shit. Qin Yun cursed and swept his saber forward. Immediately, a violent shockwave was created. Boom, boom, boom. The ground suddenly split open, and the collapsed houses in the surroundings were suddenly shattered by the shockwave, turning into dust. Qin Yun's saber slash produced a shockwave that covered a very wide area, causing the group of ghost goats to immediately float in the air. The youth called Feng Yang was also sent flying by the shockwave from Qin Yun's sudden attack. Eat, eat, eat. I want to eat you to death. Feng Yang became angry. His eyes emitted red mist. He suddenly jumped up from the ground. Qin Yun's strength caused Great Tiger Leader and Ghost Goat Ruler to be shocked, because this kind of power is not something they are familiar with. Furious Feng Yang acted as if he's gone mad. He held a short sword in his hand, like a red lightning. He rushed towards Qin Yun's side in a flash. You are also only fit to eat shit. Qin Yun waved his saber with sneer. In a flash, several hundred saber slashes flew out. The saber energy released by the Nether Spirit's sacred blade has a kind of dense and cold soul-devouring power. Saber images filled the sky. It is as if a cold wind rushed out from the netherworld. They covered the sky and covered the earth, layer upon layer enveloping Feng Yang. Although the Nether Spirit's sacred blade is severely damaged, it is still a lot stronger than a Dao tool. Feng Yang's second attack was blocked again. Moreover, he feels that his soul is being bitten by something. It is somewhat painful. Go to hell and eat shit. Qin Yun used flowing light extinction shadow step and arrived behind Feng Yang in a flash. He fiercely hacked down with his saber. Dang! A red goat horn ring suddenly appeared and collided with Qin Yun's Nether Spirit's sacred blade. Qin Yun, who is tightly holding the Nether Spirit's sacred blade, felt a numbing pain in his arm and promptly retreated. We lost this fight. Ghost Goat Ruler is not as proud as before. He doesn't dare to look down on Qin Yun anymore because Feng Yang was almost killed. Bastard. Qin Yun cursed in low voice because his arm is in pain. Ghost Goat Ruler said in cold voice. Youngster, you are not from the Tiger Rider race. You better be a bit more careful for us. You actually want to kill our Ghost Goat race people. Qin said with sneer. It is that bastard who wants to kill me. Why can't I kill him? Feng Yang has already been taken away. He loudly roared at Qin from distance. Clearly he is not willing to concede. Ghost Goat Ruler's voice suddenly became gloomy and cold and filled with anger. If you are arrogant again, believe it or not, I will kill you right now. Qin laughed loudly and said, Damned goat head, if you have the guts then come. Who is afraid of who? Great Tiger Head, who is injured, also promptly rushed over. Ghost Goat Ruler, you suddenly attacked just now. You have already interfered in this fight. Consider yourselves lucky. Ghost Goat Ruler looked at Great Tiger Head's eyes, which are filled with anger, clenched his teeth, and flew away with them. Qin suddenly felt that all the big tribes in this mysterious desolate domain have some misgivings towards the Tiger Rider race, so they don't dare to attack. The Tiger Rider race is not very strong. A martial emperor can easily wipe them out, but no one dares to attack them. Qin looked at Ghost Goat Ruler leaving and cursed. This damn goat head, sooner or later, I will kill him. Great Tiger Head said, Youngster, what is your name? Thank you very much. My name is Qin. Qin looked at the open city gate and asked, What is inside? Why are there so many people rushing to enter? Great Tiger Head let out a long sigh and said, I also don't know. I only know that there are things sealed inside. They can destroy this desolate domain. And our race has been in charge of guarding the city since ancient times, not letting people attack the city gate. Qin said, Brother Great Tiger Head, I want to go in and take a look goodbye. He also did not go through this city gate. After all, this is the place that the Tiger Rider race is guarding to the death. Little brother, you can go in from here. Great Tiger Head suddenly shouted, Is there no problem? This is the place that you bitterly guard. Qin said, somewhat embarrassedly. Bitterly guard, so what? The other 3 city gates are all open. Anyone can go in. I'm guarding here only to fight for my dignity. Great Tiger Head also understands that it is completely useless for them to guard this city gate to the death. Brother Great Tiger Head, what kind of terrible things are inside? Qin looked at the city gate. It is completely pitch black. I don't know. In short, there is danger. If you truly want to go in, you should be prepared to die at any time. Great Tiger Head said, Brother Great Tiger Head, goodbye. Qin finished speaking and flew towards the city gate. After he entered, he sensed a gloomy and cold gale blowing over. The road inside is filled with black mist. He cannot see anything all around. After he carefully flew for a while, he finally penetrated through the black mist and arrived on a street. It is pitch black inside, chilly wind is blowing, and the air is filled with a dense, rotten smell. This place is indeed a city. There are many grand and huge buildings. There is not a single person on the spacious street. The houses on both sides of the street are covered with black sticky things. There are also many of these things on the street. Qin stepped on them and found that they look like sticky mud. This is blood. Ling Yun yelled in shock. What kind of blood is this? Qin pinched a bit and sensed a strange energy. I don't know, in short, it is a very strong creature. They must have fought in the sky. That's why a lot of this kind of blood has been scattered here for many years. Ling Yun said. This kind of exposed blood can still be preserved for many years. Just thinking about it is very scary. It must be known that there are many death mounts here, yet they did not make this strange black blood disappear. Qin turned his head to look and discovered that the black mud he just stepped on has been restored to its original appearance. Very strong recovery power. Qin yelled in shock. This is a very good thing. I want to devour it. Ling Yun said. Qin's body emitted a black gas. This black gas produced a very strong suction force and absorbed all the strange black blood scattered all around. Will it be a problem to absorb this strange blood? Qin is somewhat worried. Temporarily seal it inside Nether Sun. No problem. Ling Yun said, Xiao Yun, you go around and collect as much of this strange blood as possible. There are not many people in the area Qin is in. Everyone else has entered from the other 3 city gates. These people are not running around everywhere. Instead, they're going straight towards the huge, semicircular building in the center. As soon as Qin Yin saw it, he can see through the dusky light that there is a huge, semicircular building in the center of the taboo ghost town. But he did not immediately go inside. It is surely the most dangerous place inside. Qin Yin collected some strange black blood and put it inside the Nine Sun Divine Soul's third pearl to let Yao Fong see what kind of blood it is. Qin Yin, where are you? Quickly tell me. Yao Fong asked. I am inside a desolate domain. Then I arrived at a taboo ghost town or something. Qin Yin told Yao Fong everything that happened. Qin Yin, you have arrived at an incredible place. Yao Fong's voice seems to be filled with panic. Dragon Immortal Great Emperor's son is sealed at this place. Dragon Immortal Great Emperor? His son? Qin Yin is somewhat shocked. Dragon Immortal Great Emperor cultivated to saint, so he left Immortal Desolate and went to Sacred Desolate. And one of his sons is also very outstanding. He also has the potential to become an overlord of Immortal Desolate. I heard that later he was possessed by devil and turned into an evil and malicious person. Many experts of Immortal Desolate joined hands and sealed him in Spirit Desolate. Yao Fong said. Chapter 794. Can't move. Qin Yin looked at the large, semicircular building in the center of the taboo ghost town and cannot help but feel alarmed in his heart. I wonder if Sect Master and others are inside. Qin Yin entered this desolate domain to find Bao Changshu and others. Qin Yin, you must be careful. The situation inside is very complicated. Yao Fong said. Sister Yao Fong, can you come out now? Qin Yin asked. I can't. You must take care of yourself. Yao Fong replied. Qin Yin can only continue collecting strange blood, hoping that it will be useful to him. After Qin Yin strolled around for a while, he collected enough strange blood. Ling Yuner controlled Nether Sun to devour the strange blood. Now he is also heading towards the center of the city. The center of the city is also the core of the taboo ghost town. The reason why the taboo ghost town has become like this is because of the seal in the center. Ling Yuner said, Xiao Yun, don't you think that the huge building ahead looks like a tomb? Qin Yin has seen many dreadful immortal tombs. Now he indeed feels that it is somewhat similar. This tomb is not as dreadful as the one that sealed Sister Bingxing. Qin Yin said in his heart, could it be that Sister Bingxing's peak strength is even stronger than that Dragon Immortal Great Emperor's son? Ling Yuner said with smile. Qin Yin thought about it, and suddenly felt that Bingxing is not simple at all. Generally speaking, only those who are very hard to kill are sealed. Bingxing has been sealed inside the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range in such a big way. She should be the same as Xie Karu, very hard to kill. Xiao Yun, Sister Bingxing, must be hiding many secrets. Back then, Sister Kiru had good relationship with many people, but only Sister Bingxing was sealed. Ling Yuner said again. After Qin Yin concealed himself, he carefully rushed forward. Bingxing is indeed hiding many secrets. It is useless for him to think about it now. However, he suddenly felt that there might be some dreadful things sealed inside the semicircular building ahead. Yao Fong said earlier that the strange blood is dragon blood. It is very likely that it was Dragon Immortal Great Emperor's son who was killed. Qin Yin is very curious and finally arrived outside the semicircular building. After he arrived, he ran around the semicircular building and sensed many people's aura. Among them is Ghost Goat Ruler's aura. Sect Master's aura is also here. It seems like they are cooperating to explore this place together. This was also what Qin Yin had expected. That building is very big. Qin Yin ran around it for a long time. It is as big as a spacious garden. There are many entrances. Although this semicircular building was made of hard stone, there were many holes in it, more than 100 of them. Although Qin Yin chose a cave entrance and carefully entered it, he was unable to move. It was pitch black inside, and a chilly wind was blowing. That crazy bitch Lan Suyao must also be inside. Qin Yin thought of this woman and felt very unhappy. While walking in the pitch-black tunnel, his body suddenly trembled. An incomparably cold and sinister wind assaulted him, and he even let out a series of howling sounds. It was very frightening. Could it be that there are ghosts inside? Qin Yun is not afraid because he is still very safe. He walked out of the passageway and arrived at a spacious hall. The hall was over 1,000 meters wide, and the interior was very bright. Moreover, the floor was sparkling with a golden light, as if it was paved with golden crystals. It was dazzlingly illuminated by the strong light from the top of the hall. There were many people in the hall, thousands of them. As soon as Qin Yun arrived, he saw Jian Shirtan, Bao Changsho, and other acquaintances, as well as Long family and Xian domain's half-immortals and martial emperors. The big shots of ordinary realm's few great states are also here. Qin Yun has turned transparent, so nobody can see him. This group of people arrived very early, but they are not trapped because after they came in, they can't go out. Qin Yun also saw Lan Suyao, as well as Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi behind her. Lan Suyao's position here is very high because Qin Yun saw that Ghost Goat ruler is very respectful in front of Lan Suyao. Even when Xian domain and Long family people are talking to Lan Suyao, their tone is very gentle and polite. As for Lan Suyao, she has a serene and cold, absolutely beautiful face. Her body's arrogance is completely revealed. She is ice cold towards these people. This crazy bitch, what kind of background does she have? Qin Yun suddenly feels that taking revenge on Lan Suyao will not be an easy matter. Apart from spirit desolate ordinary realms people, Qin Yun also saw a group of people whose bodies are emitting evil devil aura. One look, and he can tell that they are big shots of Devil Desolate's Devil Dao powers. Additionally, there's also a group of people who have beast-type characteristic on their bodies. They should be beastmen or something. They are also Ancient Era's race. Qin Yun doesn't dare to get too close. Even though he is several hundred meters away, to him, this is a very close distance. Qin Yun has not been discovered at this distance. Clearly, the mysterious concealment Dao talisman he refined before has taken effect. He eavesdropped. Not long after these people came in, they discovered that there's a barrier blocking them. They are unable to go out. Qin Yun also tried. He walked toward the passage and discovered that he can go out. He also doesn't know why. There are many cave entrances outside, but they all lead to the spacious and splendid hall in the middle. Therefore, there are many cave entrances all around the hall. These people tried, but they are unable to go out. Qin Yun tried several cave entrances, and all of them went out very smoothly. What is going on here? Why can I go out and they can't? Qin Yun feels that this is very strange. Could it be, I help you collect that special blood? Ling Yuner said with smile. It's possible. Qin Yun is secretly happy. Then he quietly approached Lan Suyao's side. However, he only dares to maintain 200 meters distance. Lan Suyao said to a horse-head man in ice-cold voice, "You bunch of good-for-nothings, what did you say to me before? You said that there are many ancient Era's inheritances here. What about now? We are all trapped here." "Madam Suyao, don't be angry. We are not trapped here. There are indeed many ancient Era's inheritances here. It's just that we have not found the mechanism to leave this place for now." A tortoise-like old man carrying a tortoise shell on his back said. Qin Yun looked at this tortoise man and secretly laughed in his heart. He used to call other people old tortoises. Now he has truly met such an old tortoise. This tortoise old man looks very old. He has a very erudite appearance. Lan Xiao's attitude towards him is also not as cold and arrogant as she is towards other people. "Old tortoise immortal, are you truly confident that you can take us to the next place?" Lan Xiao asked. I am completely confident." Old tortoise immortal chuckled and stroked his long beard. At this time, many tortoise people are crawling on the ground, as if they are looking for something. Qin Yun carefully looked and discovered that there are many runes carved on the tortoise shell of these tortoise people. They are only bright runes, but can be seen that they are very profound runes. Among the ancient Era's races in the desolate domain, the strongest are these half-beast people. Previously, the people Qin Yun saw were no different from ordinary humans. And Lan Suyao, who is a very high emperor position, does not seem to have any beast characteristics. However, Qin Yin feels that she should also be a half-beast people. It's just that her beast characteristics are hidden very clearly. Xiao Yun, Lan Suyao's beast characteristics are in her eyes. Ling Yuner said, her pair of dark blue eyes are very special. Qin Yun is secretly startled. He also feels this way. Humans from Spirit Desolate. Do any of you understand runes? Old Tortoise Immortal suddenly yelled. Yes. Jin Shirtian and others promptly replied. There are many Dao inscription masters here. They are all from Jian and Long family. How many? Old Tortoise Immortal is somewhat amazed and promptly asked. Soon after, more than 100 inscription masters stood up. There are Dao inscription masters and Xin inscription masters among them. This caused devil desolate factions and ancient era's races to be endlessly amazed. They did not expect that there would be so many inscription masters in Spirit Desolate. Moreover, there are even martial emperors and half-immortals. Now I need all friends to carefully observe the golden jade bricks on the ground. Some of them have runes carved on them. So long as I can find those golden jade bricks, I will know how to go to the next place. Old Tortoise Immortal said. After those inscription masters heard this, they immediately lowered their heads to check. Qin Yin also lowered his head to check the golden jade bricks on the ground. Not long after, some Dao inscription masters discovered it and promptly shouted. Old Tortoise Immortal comically ran over. After he saw it, he said in pleasant surprise, "Found it! We found the passage!" Old Tortoise Immortal spoke, and then lied down on top of the golden jade brick. His 4 tortoise legs are facing the sky. His tortoise shell is touching the golden jade brick. Hoo. Old Tortoise Immortal suddenly spun around. It looks very funny. Not long after, the golden jade brick below him gushed out a burst of golden light. Boom, boom, boom. A series of muffled sound suddenly came from all around. At this time, golden light overflowed from under everyone's feet. What's going on? I can't move? We are frozen. We can only move our heads. Moreover, we can't circulate energy inside our bodies. Old Tortoise Immortal, what are you doing? Believe it or not, I will cook you into soup and drink you. A crocodile-headed beast man bellowed. This group of people can actually talk. They turned their heads and looked all around. Quickly look over there. There's a person. Suddenly someone saw Qin Yin. Just like everyone else, he is standing on the same spot and can't move. A burst of golden light also appeared under his feet. It's Qin Yin. When did this guy come? Did Qin Yin come alone? A group of people began discussing one after another. Xian Domain, old man, furiously shouted. Qin Yin, without our permission, you cannot enter this desolate domain. Quickly disappear. Qin Yin said with smile. Old fart. I am here. What are you going to do? Does this desolate domain belong to your family? Do you think I can't come just because you say so? It's that brat who just joined Tiger Rider race. He almost killed our wind goat. Ghost Goat Ruler also saw Qin Yin and said in cold voice. Chapter 795. Monarch main Lan Xiao saw Qin Yin and said in amazement, I clearly tied him up. Who saved him? Qin Yin laughed loudly and said, Tigress Suyao, you are looking down on me too much. With your little tricks, how can you tie up your uncle Qin Yin? Bao Changshu, Jin Shirtian, and the others saw Zi, Qinsheng, and Shui Tianzi and guessed that Qin Yin has also arrived. Now they heard Qin Yin cursing Lan Suyao. They're endlessly alarmed and anxious. They did not expect that Qin Yin and Lan Suyao would have conflict. Xiao Yunyu, don't speak anymore. Zi Qinsheng lightly yelled. Why shouldn't I speak? This hungry tigress stripped me, took advantage of me, almost F***ed me, trampled on my dignity like this. Why can't I speak to her? Qin Yun's voice resounded throughout the lobby. This caused everyone to be dumbstruck. Moreover, they're looking at Qin Yun as if they're looking at a dead person. Madam Suyao, rest assured, I will skin this brat alive. Ghost Goat Ruler promptly said. Bastard little demon, quickly apologize to Madam Suyao. Human brat, you are dead for sure. No matter how many lives you have, it will not be enough. quickly apologize to Madame Suyao and beg for forgiveness. Maybe she will take you in as a slave and spare your life. Now, no one can move, so they can only curse at Qin Yun. Xian Domain and Long family people even said that Qin Yun is wicked beyond redemption. They even said that Qin Yun has 2 inscription spirits and mastered many kinds of totems. After Lan Suyao was cursed, her expression became very gloomy. Her pair of dark blue eyes suddenly burst out with blue light and shot toward Qin Yun. After Qin Yun was hit by the blue light, his body suddenly turned into blue stone statue. Master, please let him off. Zi Qingsheng promptly begged for forgiveness. Master, he only said those words because he was angry. Shui Tianzi saw Qin Yun turn into blue stone statue and felt extremely sad. Lan Siyao said in cold voice, "Unless I can move within an hour, he is dead for sure. If a man who has been turned into stone by me cannot be freed within an hour, he will explode." So many people here are afraid of Lan Suyao. It is also because of this reason. Now, everyone was even more terrified. The golden jade bricks under everyone's feet shone with golden light. They were all frozen in place, and the energy in their bodies was also sealed. None of them had any strength left. However, Lan Suyao is able to turn Qin Yun into a blue stone statue from a few hundred meters away. The lobby is very quiet. No one dares to speak for fear of angering Lan Suyao. Everyone was afraid of her dark blue eyes. In the quiet and spacious lobby, there was a sudden cracking sound. It came from Qin Yun's body. Everyone immediately focused their attention on Qin Yun. Qin Yun, who had turned into a blue stone sculpture, actually cracked. Haha, Qin Yun is dead for sure. An old man from Xian Domain laughed loudly. Madame Suyao is truly awesome. She only took a glance at him, and he was killed. Long family people proudly laughed. Xian Domain and Long family people praised Lan Suyao one after another. Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi almost cried when they saw the blue stone statue crack. Who knew that after the stone sculpture cracked, it would suddenly explode? Qin Yun had appeared. Qin Yun was completely fine. The only thing that cracked was the layer of blue stone on his surface. Haha, I'm fine. I can still move. Qin Yun laughed loudly, then rolled up his sleeves and walked towards Lan Suyao. This caused everyone's mouth to open wide in shock. Lan Suyao's move actually failed. Even Lan Suyao is endlessly apprehensive. She promptly shot out blue light rays from her eyes. Those blue light rays landed on Qin Yun's body, but he is completely fine and can continue walking forward. Very soon, Qin Yun arrived beside Lan Suyao. "What are you doing?" Lan Suyao suddenly felt an unprecedented fear and shouted loudly. "Little brat." Zi Qingsheng only called out softly, "Madame Suyao, your hair is very beautiful." Qin Yun giggled and played with Lan Suyao's long black hair. He tied it up in a messy manner. Qin Yun's action caused a large group of experts to madly curse. However, Qin Yun was having a great time amidst the curses of the crowd. He was laughing and giggling. Lan Suyao is so angry that her entire body is trembling. Her dark blue eyes seem to be able to kill people. Amidst everyone's cursing, the most hateful thing is that Qin Yun is slapping Lan Suyao's buttocks and making pa-pa-pa sound. Qin Yun is doing this in front of so many people. It is simply asking for Lan Suyao's life. Then Qin Yun began rubbing Lan Suyao's beautiful jade-like face, let out a very vulgar laugh, and even kissed her face. Those people who are cursing also stopped. They find it hard to believe that the high and mighty Madame Suyao is being insulted like this. "Relax. I am not as despicable as you, so I will not strip off your clothes." Qin Yun spoke, took out a brush and ink, then drew pig head and turtle on Lan Suyao's face. Lan Suyao's hair is disheveled. Her beautiful face has been drawn in a mess. She is neither human nor ghost. She is so angry that she can't speak, because no words can express the anger in her heart. Finally, Qin Yun slapped Lan Suyao's buttocks and walked towards Ghost Goat Ruler. He is still holding the 9-sun divine soul in his hand. "You little bastard, what are you doing?" Ghost Goat Ruler furiously shouted. "Bastard, I want to eat you. I want to eat you bite by bite." Feng Yang also loudly shouted. "There is a guy who wants to eat me. He will make me unable to sleep. I want to kill him." Qin Yun spoke and smashed down with his hammer. Rumble. Qin Yun's nine-sun divine soul burst out with black flame. Bringing along vibration power, it landed on Feng Yang's body and hacked him into ashes. "I want to kill you." Ghost Goat Ruler's furious voice shook the entire lobby. Xian Domain and Long family people are scared out of their wits. They all saw what Qin Yun did to Lan Suyao. It can be seen that Qin Yun does not know the immensity of heaven and earth. They all have enmity with Qin Yun. Now is the opportunity for Qin Yun to kill them. After Qin Yun killed Feng Yang, just as he was about to kill Ghost Goat Ruler, the ground suddenly trembled. Not good. Qin Yun saw the golden light under everyone's feet suddenly disappear and realized that they have been unsealed. He promptly used mysterious penetration divine ability with all his strength and rushed towards the ground. Boom, boom, boom. Just as Qin Yun pierced through the ground, powerful attacks came from all directions. All of them are from half-immortals and martial emperors. The continuous attacks continued for a little while before stopping. Old Turtle Immortal loudly cursed. He ran away. That evil little demon. Just now many people crazily attacked Qin Yun's location. Only Lan Suyao did not attack, because she was wiping her face and tidying up her hair. She wished that she could cut off all the places Qin Yun touched. The place where Qin Yun disappeared is being attacked crazily, but there is not a bit of damage. It can be seen how sturdy this place is. Old Turtle Immortal, where did that little demon go? Lan Suyao's voice is very calm. Her calmness caused people to be endlessly alarmed. I don't know. Old Turtle Immortal also feels that Qin Yun is too inconceivable. Many people want to kill Qin Yun more than Lan Suyao, but they are unable to conceal the anger in their hearts. They're all very excited. Lan Suyao suddenly calmed down. It makes people feel that this is the calm before the storm. I want to tear that little bastard to shreds. Ghost Goat Ruler's eyes turned red in anger. If he did not kill people, I am afraid we would not be able to move. Old Turtle Immortal said in low voice. Because there was a soul sacrifice, we were unsealed. Otherwise, we would have been imprisoned for a very long time, until someone naturally died. Then we would be able to move. How can he move? How can he break the power of my sacred eyes? Lan Suyao asked in cold voice. I don't know. Old Turtle Immortal is also unable to explain this matter. I only know that we suddenly could not move. We almost became sacrificial items. It is someone sacrificed that we can move. Ghost Goat Ruler heard this and became even more furious. Ka ka ka. Suddenly a burst of sharp and clear sound echoed. A golden jade brick on the floor of this spacious lobby has unexpectedly shattered. Everyone walked over to take a look and saw that there is a pitch black hole there. They cannot see what is below because there is a dense black mist blocking it. These people are also discussing who should go down to take a look. After Qin Yun used mysterious penetration divine ability to penetrate through the ground, he arrived at a pitch-black underwater area. Moreover, the current below is very fast. It brought him to a certain place. Damn it! Why can they move just because I killed one guy? Qin Yun cursed in low voice. Xiao Yun, after you killed that guy, his soul suddenly disappeared. It seems like it was absorbed by something. Ling Yuner said, my guess is that this lobby requires a soul sacrifice to proceed to the next step. Forget it. I also messed with Lan Suyao. My heart feels a lot better. Qin Yun recalled this matter and happily laughed. Originally, Qin Yun wanted to be even more ruthless. He wanted to throw Lan Suyao to Yaofeng. But he is unable to move Lan Suyao. It should be because she's being sucked in by the golden jade brick on the floor. The reason why Qin Yun can move is because Ling Yuner released a lot of strange blood that she devoured outside. He can break the power of Lan Suyao's sacred eyes thanks to that strange blood. That strange blood is truly awesome. It allowed me to move unimpeded inside. Qin Yun promptly praised Ling Yuner. If she did not collect those strange blood, he would not have been able to move so smoothly. Now he is following the pitch-black water current and floating towards a certain direction. Less than half an hour later, he sensed that the water current has calmed down and started swimming upwards. He came out of the water and saw a luxurious palace hall filled with purple gold radiance. There's a very domineering dragon-carved throne at the front of this palace hall. It looks like the palace hall of an emperor. In the middle of the palace hall, there is a carpet flickering with purple gold radiance. Qin Yun is walking on it. He has a kind of indescribable, wonderful feeling. It is as if he is riding on clouds and mist. Very soon he arrived at the front and sat on that domineering throne. He has a panoramic view of the spacious palace hall. It also gave him a kind of feeling that he wants to dominate the heaven and earth. Hua hua hua. Suddenly many people fell down from the black pool ahead. It is actually Lan Suyao and others. Qin Yun cursed in his heart. He promptly used mysterious penetration divine ability to drill into the ground and escape. But he discovered in horror that he is tightly sucked in by the domineering purple gold dragon throne. He is unable to escape. Chapter 796. Alarmist Talk. As soon as they came down, they saw Qin Yun in front of the luxurious palace hall. Qin Yun is sitting on the domineering emperor dragon throne. His sitting posture is also very imposing. He is looking at the people who entered the palace hall from above. Those people admire Qin Yun's courage very much. He actually did not run away. Qin Yun also wanted to run, but he can't, so he can only pretend to be like this. Although they saw Qin Yun, no one attacked because he is Lan Suyao's prey. Qin Yun saw that Xiao Yuemei and the others are fine and let out a sigh of relief. He was worried that Xian domain people would take this opportunity to make things difficult for Bao Changshou and the others. Lan Suyao's expression is gloomy. She walked towards Qin Yun step by step and said in cold voice, "Qin Yun, what you did to me before is enough for you to die 100 times. Luckily, you only have one life. Otherwise, no matter how many lives you have, it would not be enough for you to die. Mother Tigress Lan, if you are a reasonable person, then tell us who was in the wrong first." Qin Yun is sitting on the throne. He seems to have the imposing manner of an emperor. Perhaps it is because he is sitting in that position. His words are filled with a very strong might, reverberating in this luxurious palace hall, causing everyone to be amazed. Now Qin Yun looks like he is very strong. The imposing manner he released caused Lan Suyao, who is walking over, to stop her steps. "I have neither grievance nor enmity with you. Just as I entered this desolate domain, you stripped me naked and hung me up. I did not strip you naked because I am giving face to my 2 senior sisters." Qin Yun said with sneer, "Mother Tigress Lan, if you continue to cause trouble for me, then next time I will not be so polite." Lan Suyao is very angry hearing Qin Yun's words. She is gasping for breath. She really wants to go over and kill Qin Yun. However, she is somewhat apprehensive, because Qin Yun is the first to arrive here. Moreover, his imposing manner is very strong, causing people to feel like bowing down to him. Moreover, Qin Yun doesn't seem to be afraid at all. Clearly he has something to rely on. Not only Lan Suyao, even that old turtle immortal also said in low voice, "Madam Suyao, you must be careful. Although this palace is luxurious, it is very likely that there are other traps. This little bastard Qin Yun has mastered 2 inscription spirits and many kinds of totems. He must be very proficient in inscription traps and the like." Everyone can see that Qin Yun is very calm and unperturbed. He is not afraid at all. Everyone can see that Qin Yun is very calm and collected. He is not afraid at all. "Ghost Goat Ruler, go and capture him." Old Turtle Immortal said in low voice. "Ghost Goat Ruler, go and capture him." Old Turtle Immortal said in low voice. "Old Turtle Immortal, you are proficient in all kinds of runes and formations. Why don't you go?" Old Turtle Yun Immortal. As he said, as he as Yun is he as he Qin, he Yun as he can he as possible. As you, he as he said. Yin as he is said he is. He is as he is to be he as he is as. Tian. Yun is chin as he is be he is the yun is as yun is to be he. As they are chin. Long is. Each and every one of them are very strong. How can you be afraid of this? At this time, an old man from Xian Domain walked over and said in low voice, Madam Suyao, Qin Yun's sect master and friends are here. You can let them capture Qin Yun. After Bao Changsho heard this, he said with smile, We are not helping Qin Yun resist you. This is already very good. You actually want us to capture Qin Yun? Are you not afraid that we will fight you? Jian Shitian said with smile, This palace is very luxurious. I love destroying this kind of place the most. Come, let's properly fight. Xian Domain old man yelled, You bunch of idiots, could it be that you are not afraid of Madame Xiao's sacred eye's power? I am a half-immortal. I might not be able to become an immortal. I have lived enough, so I will stake my life to save Qin Yun. He has great potential. Maybe he can even become an immortal. I will leave this opportunity to youngsters. Bao Changsho laughed loudly. Hearing his words, everyone knows that he is going all out. A half-immortal going all out. Everyone is afraid. Even Lan Suyao is the same. The reason why Qin Yun is so fearless is because Bao Changsho, Jian Shitian, and others are here. Lan Suyao, quickly answer me. You stripped me naked and hung me up. Did you make a mistake first? Qin Yun asked in a loud voice. Lan Suyao did not reply. She is very proud. She will not admit her mistake. Master, let's put this matter aside first. Didn't you also not suffer any loss? Zi Qingsheng promptly walked over and said to Lan Suyao in low voice. That's right, Master. Little brother Yun is a very good person. The reason why you two had a conflict was because of a moment of anger. Think about it carefully. There is no need for you two to fight to the death. Shui Tianzi also walked over and pulled Lan Suyao's hand. Zi Qingsheng saw that Lan Suyao is thinking about something and said again, Master, this brat is proficient in inscription formation. Moreover, you also saw that none of us could move before. Only he could move. He must be very proficient in some of the formations here. You said before that in order to enter this taboo ghost town, you have waited for many years. You even joined hands with spirit desolate people to explore. If we have little brother Yun's help, maybe we can get twice the result with half the effort. Xiao Yuanmei said in low voice from the distance. My brother is very awesome. He can monopolize all the good things here by himself. Why would he want to cooperate with her? Sect Master Bao, Sword Sect Master, follow my brother. We will take away the things inside. Jin Rian also said, Indeed, they want to kill Brother Yun and still hope that Brother Yun will take them to find the treasures inside? Wishful thinking. Jin Linglong said with smile, You might not know, in the sword martial inscription competition, that little demon called Xiao Yun was actually Qin Yun. Hearing this, all the Dao inscription masters here opened their eyes wide. Xiao Yun is Qin Yun? This wretched little demon won a sun rune. A Xian Domain Dao inscription master cursed in low voice. The one who defeated us is actually that little bastard Qin Yun. Wretched little demon won first place in inscription competition and martial arts competition. I have to say, this bastard little demon is truly capable. Devil desolate people, and those ancient era race, people heard the curses of those Dao inscription masters and are secretly shocked. The little demon sitting on top is actually so awesome. Lan Suyao is also tightly clenching her fists and gritting her jade like teeth. She wishes she could tear Qin Yun to shreds, but it is very difficult to do so, especially now that she knows that Qin Yun is such an outstanding young man. She is even more unable to do so, because this half-immortal Bao Changsho will stake his life to protect Qin Yun. Ghost Goat Ruler also feels that killing Qin Yun is becoming more and more difficult. Qin Yun suddenly said, There's a very formidable dragon here, right? And the dragon has many treasures. Presumably, they are also hidden inside. Old Turtle Immortal asked in loud voice, How do you know all these? I know everything. I also know that the dragon is the son of dragon, immortal great emperor, Qin Yun said with smile. Qin Yun's words caused those ancient era race people to be endlessly amazed. Because this matter is only known to the older generation of ancient era race, they also very rarely spread it out. Can you truly lead us to those treasures? Lan Xiao finally spoke and asked. No, I won't lead you to those treasures. I also don't want to find those treasures because I only want to live. After I came in, I discovered that there are not many treasures here, because this place is a sacrificial altar. Many people have to die to awaken the things sealed inside. Anyone who enters this place will become a sacrifice. Qin Yun's expression was incomparably grave. These words were all made up by him in order to scare this group of people. Old Turtle Immortal promptly shouted, "You are talking nonsense. Dragon Immortal Great Emperor's son is sealed here. His soul has already been destroyed. There is no way to revive him. It is also because he is thoroughly dead that the taboo ghost town opened." Qin Yun said with sneer, "When you entered the city, did you discover that there is some black clay everywhere? Moreover, it has very strong recovery power." Zi Qingcheng promptly took out a box, opened it, and said, "Is it these?" Everyone began discussing one after another. They indeed discovered these things, but they're not very concerned because they are everywhere. Even if it is somewhat strange, they feel that it is very normal. This is dragon blood. Dragon Immortal Great Emperor's son died a long time ago, but he died outside. His huge dragon body exploded and dragon blood sprinkled everywhere. Qin Yun said, "There are also long family people here. You will know after tasting it. Because it has been a long time, the dragon energy inside the blood has been lost. That is why you can't sense it. Only a few people managed to collect the black dragon blood. They took it out and let long family people carefully inspect it. Not long after, a long family half-immortal said with face filled with shock, 'It is truly dragon blood. Moreover, it contains very strong immortal power. It is the blood of an immortal dragon.'" After Lan Xiao heard this, her expression changed because this is different from the legends that they heard from ancient era's race. "Then what is in here?" Lan Xiao looked all around. "There's a guy who killed Dragon Immortal Great Emperor. This thing must have been sealed together with Dragon Immortal Great Emperor. But he cannot leave the taboo ghost town. So he is still here." Qin Yun's expression became grave. "I also discovered it after I entered here. I also discovered that many runes here have been tampered with, causing us to be unable to leave." His words immediately caused panic, because after they entered that golden jade brick lobby, they can no longer leave. Xiao Yuemei is also very worried after hearing this, but she feels that Qin Yun is just talking nonsense. Now even she doesn't know if Qin Yun is telling the truth or not. "Qin Yun, if you can bring us out safely, I will let you go. Moreover, I guarantee that you can safely leave our desolate domain." Although Lan Xiao's expression is ice cold, she is feeling an indescribable fear in her heart, because all of them were trapped in here. Qin Yun said with sigh, "I should have listened to Brother Big Head's advice. He said that the thing inside Taboo Ghost Town can destroy the entire desolate domain." Lan Xiao said in cold voice, "Don't talk nonsense. Do you agree to cooperate with me or not?" Qin Yun nodded and said, "I agree, but you must guarantee that you won't harm me. If I harm you, I won't have a good death. My soul will fly away and scatter." Lan Xiao said, "Can you bring us to the next place now?" "Well, I need your help first, because I'm trapped in this chair." Qin Yun somewhat embarrassedly laughed. "Quickly come and save me. There's no trap here. The only trap is below my butt." This caused many people to loudly curse in their hearts. They now know that Qin Yun has always been putting on airs. Chapter 797. Headless Giant. Seeing Qin Yun's words, Lan Xiao became indescribably angry in her heart, because she suddenly felt like she had been played. Just now, she thought that Qin Yun really had something to rely on. She also felt that there was a trap ahead. But from the looks of it, it was all an illusion created by Qin Yun. The first to go are Bao Chong Shou, Jian Linglong, and the others. They flew to Qin Yun's side and looked at the luxurious purple-gold dragon throne. Lan Xiao saw about Changsho and the others are fine. She furiously rushed forward. Qin Yun, is what you said true? Don't lie to me. Lan Suyao's voice is filled with anger. Everything I said just now is the truth. There is absolutely no falsehood. Qin Yun said with certainty, Of course, you can also not believe me. Then you can think of a way to leave. Hearing Qin Yun's words, Xiao Yuemei is certain that it is fake. This was because she had previously taught Qin Yun this move. Even if it was fake, he had to insist that it was real. Furthermore, Qin Yun's words were half true and half false. If one did not understand the matter, they would most likely choose to believe it. Especially in this kind of situation, nobody knows how to get out, but Qin Yun is not restricted by the formation inside. Therefore, even if Lan Xiao suspects Qin Yun, she can only believe him first. Qin Yun, what is your current situation? Jian Linglong asked. My butt can't move this chair. I don't know what's going on. Qin Yun said with a wry smile. As soon as I came in, I flew over and sat here. Then I couldn't get up. Ghost Goat Ruler cursed in low voice. This brat, he obviously can't run away, but he is still putting on airs. From what I can see, everything he said is fake. It is to prevent Lady Su Yao from investigating this matter. Xiao Yuemei said with smile. Even if she wants to investigate, what can she do? Shin Domain's people also don't dare to confirm Qin Yun's words. Even if they don't believe it, they can only temporarily comply with Lan Suyao's wishes. Apart from Qin Yun, majority of the experts here are very afraid of Lan Suyao. Because Lan Suyao's sacred eye can release a very mysterious power, it can turn people into blue stone statues. Qin Yun sat on the chair and tried all sorts of methods, but he was unable to stand up. Previously, he could use the strange dragon blood to break free from the restriction of the formation, but now it didn't work. Jian Linglong inspected the chair and said, There are no runes on this chair. Really? Then why am I being sucked in and unable to stand up? Qin Yun felt very depressed. Cut off the flesh on your butt and you'll be able to stand up. With your strength, you should be able to recover very quickly. Lan Suyao said in cold voice. I won't do it. Although Qin Yun's recovery ability is very strong, just thinking about it makes him feel very painful. Lan Xiao can't help but recall how she was butted by Qin Yun before, and anger welled up in her heart. Old Turtle Immortal suddenly shouted, Sacrifice! It must be like this, the person sitting on the chair must die. That way, we can go to the next place. After Ghost Goat Ruler heard this, he promptly shouted, Madam Xiao, quickly kill Qin Yun, this way we can go to the next place. Wretched old turtle. Qin Yun immediately cursed. Master, you said you wouldn't harm him. Zi Qingshang said in low voice. Rest assured, I won't kill him. Lan Xiao looked at Old Turtle Immortal and asked, Apart from this method, is there any other method? No, we can only kill him. Otherwise we can't go to the next place. Old Turtle Immortal shook his head and said. Zi Qingqing's long, shapely eyebrows creased and said, There's another method. Let's bleed. She remembers that there are some sacrificial ceremonies that only require a large amount of blood. All right, I will do it myself. Oh, that's right, you guys leave this place. I am worried that something will happen. Qin Yun took out his saber, cut a wound, forced out his blood, and dripped it on the domineering chair. After the blood dripped on the chair, it was absorbed by the chair. You guys leave me. I can sense power fluctuation. Qin Yun suddenly shouted. Are you really all right? Jian Linglong worriedly said. I'm all right, you guys quickly leave. Quickly, Qin Yun urged. Lan Suyao left the fastest. She pulled Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi and promptly flew away from the dragon throne and arrived at the bottom of the palace. Soon after, Bao Changsho and the others also promptly left. Boom boom. The palace began trembling. Qin Yun also stopped bleeding. He can now leave the chair. This chair is also a good thing. I want it. Qin Yun vigorously pulled up the chair and took it away. Also at this time, a black claw suddenly appeared under the chair. It looks like some kind of monstrous giant beast. Seeing the claw suddenly appear, everyone jumped in fright. Qinyan also let out a strange cry and flew towards Jian Shirtian and the others. Ga. Along with a burst of strange laughter, the area under the chair suddenly burst open and a few meters tall monster came out. This monster has a huge head. There's a square-shaped eye in the middle of the head. Its two arms look like a squid. It has many tentacles. The monster's body is black. It has two mouths. Now, it is letting out a kind of unpleasant, strange laughter. Your blood is very tasty. Don't run. Ga. The monster laughed loudly. It looked at Qinyan with that square-shaped eye. Then the eye shot out a few red light boxes and in a flash attacked Qinyan's back. At this time, Lan Xiao suddenly appeared beside Qinyan. She sent a palm attack towards the red boxes. Boom! At the same time, a red and blue light burst out, giving rise to a violent vibration and airwave. Although this magnificent palace suffered a violent attack, it did not suffer any damage. Qinyan also arrived beside Jian Shirtian and the others. He was almost attacked just now. Jian Shirtian yelled, "Miss Suyao, do you need help?" Lan Suyao said in cold voice, "No need." When she rushed out of the red and blue light mist, the monster's square-shaped eye burst out with red light and shot out countless red light beams. Immediately, the bright palace became incomparably bright red, making people feel as if they are in a blood-colored world. Be careful of those red light beams. Lan Xiao's eyes also released red light beams, blocking the red light beams attacking her. Jian Shirtian and Bao Changshu. These two sect masters also released formidable immortal power energy barrier to block the juniors behind them. Other people who did not react so fast after being hit by the red light, their bodies quickly melted and turned into blood that seeped into the ground. This monster's attack killed several hundred people. Devil cultivators, Long family, other spirit desolate powers, as well as ancient era's beast people, all of them died. Sword Immortal Pavilion and Immortal Weapon City's people did not suffer any damage. Moreover, their number of people are not many. Lan Suyao's eyes shot out blue light beams and attacked the monster's single square-shaped eye. The monster let out an angry shout, then its body gradually turned into blue stone statue. After the monster turned into blue stone statue, everyone is secretly apprehensive. They did not expect that Lan Suyao could turn this kind of huge monster into stone statue. Lan Suyao flew over, took out a long sword, and took out the monster's square-shaped eye. We could go down from here. Lan Suyao looked at the hole the monster came out from. That hole is under the chair. Qin Yun recalled that he was sitting under the chair just now and felt lingering fear. This woman took away the monster's eye. Maybe she will be able to use the monster's power later. Ling Yuner said, just now everyone saw how powerful the one-eyed monster's eye is. Just by releasing many red light beams, it turned a large group of people into blood. I will go down first. Lan Suyao jumped down the deep hole. Let's go, Jian Shirtian said. After Lan Suyao went down, Jian Shirtian and the others followed. Qin Yun followed behind Bao Changshu and Jian Shirtian and jumped down the deep hole the monster came out from. After jumping down, they arrived at a very spacious corridor. The corridor is pitch black. They need something to illuminate it. Lan Suyao is walking in the front. Her pair of dark blue eyes are emitting bursts of white light, illuminating the area ahead. After everyone clearly saw the situation of this spacious corridor, they are all endlessly shocked. There are many giants sitting on both sides of the corridor. These giants are several meters tall. They're sitting cross-legged on both sides of the corridor. Their bodies are leaning against the wall. Most shocking thing is that these giants don't have heads. Moreover, the position of their heart is also empty. It looks like their heart was dug out by someone. The bodies of these giants are very strong, close to immortals. Jian Shirtian took out a sword and pierced it and said in amazement, because their bodies are very strong, the bodies of these giants can be preserved until now. Bao Changshu said, beastmen and devil cultivators also came down. They have the most people, nearly 2,000. They found out that the bodies of these giants are close to immortals and immediately became excited. Then they began gnawing the bodies of these giants. Even many martial emperors who are devil cultivators are also eating the bodies of these giants. These guys, they can eat anything. They haven't even figured it out, and they're already eating. Aren't they afraid of problems? Chinyan cursed in low voice. Other people are also looking with frown. Long family and Xian domain people, however, don't feel anything because they're accustomed to this kind of thing. Lan Xiao also did not say anything. She is very clear about beastmen. As long as it is meat, they want to eat it. She is full of vigilance as she walked in the front. Qin Yun is following behind her. He is also looking all around. Ah! Suddenly a heart-tearing and lungs-splitting miserable scream came from behind. Lan Xiao abruptly looked back and saw those devil cultivators and beastmen who ate the giant's meat. Their bodies are swelling and blood is flowing out. Creak, creak. The bodies of those devil cultivators and beastmen let out strange sound, and then they suddenly expanded and became several meters tall. Chapter 798. Chapter 798. Ice Mountain, huge Coffin Jian Shitian's expression greatly changed. He said to Bao Changsho, "Old Bao, you protect these juniors. I will go and help." Lan Suyao cursed in low voice. "Who told you to eat whatever you want? Now something has happened." Qinyan also found it funny. The moment the fiendish cultivators and beastmen came down, they were like the reincarnation of hungry ghosts. They pounced on the headless and heartless giants and crazily bit them, wolfing them down. But now they have become like this. It must be known that there are many experts among the devil cultivators and ancient era's races. There are even half-immortals and martial emperors. But now they have all turned into malevolent and dreadful giants. These giants whose bodies have exploded, their bodies are all dripping with blood. It is very dreadful. Jian Shitian took out his origin sword and threw it from far away, then controlled it to kill those giants. "Let me." Lan Suyao's eyes originally shot out white light, but now they suddenly turned blue. Other people saw this and promptly ran behind her. They are worried that they will be hit by the light. Lan Xiao's sacred eyes are indeed very dreadful. Her eyes shot out two intense light rays that engulfed the corridor ahead. Those rapidly rushing giants, after being hit by the blue light rays, their speed became very slow and they did not immediately turn into stone. "Queen Suyao, can you do it or not? If you can't say it, let us join hands and get rid of those guys." Qin Yun promptly shouted, "Can you block those guys?" Lan Xiao said in cold voice, "They suddenly possess formidable devil body. Indeed, I just used my sword to stab them and discovered that their bodies are very tough. It is very difficult to kill them." Jian Shitian's expression is grave. "You can slow down their speed. It is already very good. You guys go first. I will block them here and slow down their speed." Lan Xiao hastily shouted, "With my current cultivation, I cannot turn these guys into stone. Where is that square eye you just obtained? Take it out and use it." Qin Yun promptly shouted. Lan Xiao also promptly took it out. That square eye is very fleshy. It is a very large round shield, and Lan Xiao is holding in her hand. Lan Xiao shouted in low voice. Through that square eye, red light rays shot out. Now red and blue light rays also fused together. The large patch of bloody giants in front of them suddenly dissolved into a large amount of blood. Walala! After the group of giants turned into a pool of blood, they also turned into a stream and rushed into the long corridor. Everyone floated up. Looking at the thick blood flowing down below, they were all secretly alarmed. Lan Xiao also put away the square eye. "That eye is truly a good thing," Qin Yun exclaimed in admiration. There were many headless and heartless giants sitting on both sides of the corridor. After absorbing a large amount of blood, the giants suddenly moved slightly. "We should quickly move forward to the next location." Lan Suyao saw the giant moving and shouted with urgency. At this time, there were not many people here, only a few hundred people. A large number of devil cultivators and ancient era's remnant races turned into giants and were killed by Lan Suyao. The headless and heartless giant was absorbing the blood as if it was about to wake up. "It's all my fault. I shouldn't have let you use that square eye." Qin Yun looked at those headless and heartless giants. His body is slightly trembling. He feels very guilty. "If I didn't use that move, I wouldn't have been able to kill those idiots so quickly. What you need to do is to ensure that we can leave this place," Lan Suyao said. Their group of people quickly flew above the spacious long corridor. Those headless and heartless giants can now stand up. At this time, they also arrived at the end of the long corridor. "There is a huge golden jade door here. Little demon, can you open it?" Old Turtle Immortal hastily asked. Those giants in the long corridor slowly walked over. Old Turtle Immortal's turtle race is the only one left. Those big and small turtle people ate a few mouthfuls of giant meat and turned into giants. Many Dao inscription masters are frantically searching for the runes on this golden jade door. "Without runes, I can't blast it open," Jian Linglong somewhat anxiously said. "Qin Yun, do you have any method?" Qin Yun is also using all kinds of methods. Mysterious penetration, divine ability, and that strange blood are all useless. Qin Yun has no choice but to quietly release Mo and let her hide inside his sleeve. "Big brother, there are many runes on this door. As long as I destroy a bit, I should be able to open it." Mo finished speaking and released a strange power. Qin Yun placed his hand on the golden jade door and said to everyone, "You guys retreat. I can open it. Buy me some time." Everyone retreated one after another. Qin Yun told them to retreat so that they won't discover Mo's power. Lan Suyao's eyes released blue light to obstruct those headless and heartless giants, but it can only slow them down. These giants must have been the ones who built this taboo ghost town. After they were built, they were killed. Xiao Yuanmei said. She has a past life, so she has heard many things. Qin Yun is also very anxious because he doesn't know what is behind that door. If there is something very dreadful behind that door, then they are more or less done for. Queen Suyao, you should also pay attention to my side in a moment, Qin Yun said. Lan Suyao's blue light, even if it can't kill things, it can still slow them down, so it is quite safe. Jian Shirtan, Bao Changsho, as well as Xian Domain's half-immortals and martial emperors are frantically attacking forward, forcing those headless giants to retreat. The bodies of those five-headed giants are very tough and durable. Even though they are attacked by half-immortals, they are not injured. Countless giants are slowly moving forward. They are majestically moving forward. They are all several meters tall giants. There are several tens of thousands of them in the entire corridor. Now one is retreating. One is rushing forward like tide. It gives people great pressure. If not for Lan Suyao and many half-immortals joining hands, these giants would have already arrived. What the hell are these things? Why are they so dreadful? Qin Yun is extremely shocked in his heart. Even Ghost Goat Ruler is now scared. His handsome face is filled with sweat. Both his legs are shivering. It must be known that all the goat men he brought with him are dead. Little demon, are you done yet? Hurry up. Old Turtle Immortal hastily urged. This will take some time. You group of Dao inscription masters also know that this door is not easy to open. My cultivation is very low, so I need some time. There are so many of you. Surely you can hold on. Qin Yun is also very impatient, but Mo's power is limited. She needs to destroy several runes to completely destroy the seal on the door. Lan Suyao said in low voice, Don't rush him. Let him proceed steadily. We will definitely be able to stop those giants. Bao Changsho yelled. Xian Domain friends, don't hide anymore. Quickly use your true abilities, otherwise we will all die. Xian Domain people are cursing in their hearts, but under the current situation, they can only put in a lot of effort. Sure enough, they took out some talismans. They are all very strong king talismans. Xian Domain people threw those king talismans into the group of giants. Boom, boom, boom. Wave after wave of violent trembling sound rushed towards all sides of the corridor. Qin Yun's side also have half-immortals using their power to resist, so they are not affected. After those giants were hit by many king talismans, many of them were smashed to pieces. "We are finished. It is your turn," Xian domain people shouted. Jian Shitian and Bao Changsho looked at each other and also threw king talismans. Other great factions, half-immortal experts, also threw king talismans. Boom boom. Another round of loud explosion. A large number of headless giants were blasted to pieces. However, it can only have a little bit of effect. Because there are many giants behind that were only blasted down, they can still continue moving forward. Nobody expected that the giants' bodies would be so dreadful. Even half-immortals cannot easily destroy them. Only Jian Shitian and other half-immortal sword cultivators can easily chop off the giant's legs. Sword Immortal Pavilion only has a few half-immortal sword cultivators. They are controlling their origin swords from the distance to chop off the giant's legs. This can also slow down the giant's speed. The giants enveloped in blue light are advancing very slowly, but they are getting closer step by step. Now, they're only about 100 meters away from the Golden Jade Door. UMA, wait a moment and follow that crazy woman Suyao closely. Qin Yun suddenly sent sound transmission to Xiao Yuma. "Brother, I will follow you," Xiao Yuma replied. "All right." Qin Yun feels that Lan Suyao is the strongest here. Following her is also the safest. The giants are only a few dozen meters away. "I opened it," Qin Yun suddenly shouted, and then sent Mo back into the Nine Sun Divine Soul's first pearl. At this time, many martial emperors promptly helped to open the Golden Jade Door. After the Golden Jade Door opened, a burst of white light rushed out from inside. "Quickly go in," Lan Suyao shouted, and then rushed inside the door. Everyone rushed inside like a swarm of bees. After they entered, they joined hands and closed the door. Inside the Golden Jade Door, there's actually a huge hall sealed with ice everywhere. Those ice are emitting white light. Qin Yun suddenly recalled Bing Xing. Back when he unsealed Bing Xing, it was also like this. In other words, there's some dreadful thing sealed inside. "There seems to be something inside that small ice mountain," someone suddenly shouted. There's a small ice mountain ahead. Although it is white, looking carefully, one can see a black shadow inside. That black shadow seemed to be a giant black coffin that was erected vertically. The huge black coffin is a few meters tall. It looks like it was tailor-made for the giants. "Don't open it," Qin Yun promptly shouted. "Maybe there's something inside." Old Turtle Immortal already went over. "Do you see now? Can't you see that it is a giant's coffin? The giants we met outside are so strong. The one sealed inside must be even stronger." Qin Yun shouted, "Don't court death." Chapter 799. Chapter 799 Ghost Dragon. Qin Yun feels that the huge coffin inside the ice mountain hides great danger. Lan Suyao also did not say anything because Xian domain people and ancient era race half-beastmen are attacking the ice mountain as if they have gone mad. "We should move away from that ice mountain," Bao Changsho said. Jian Shitian and dozens of other people retreated to the side one after another. They are worried that they will be affected by the explosion of the coffin. Not long after, the ice mountain was destroyed by those people. Ling Yuner said, "Originally, that ice mountain should have many seals, but because of the passage of time, those seals became ineffective. Now we can easily open it." Qin Yun's expression is grave. Then he sent sound transmission to Yao Fong inside the Nine Sun Divine Soul, but she did not reply. This caused Qin Yun to become even more anxious. Boom boom. Finally, those people opened the small ice mountain, and the huge coffin fell on the ground, creating a burst of rumbling sound. "It should be opened. There must be good things inside." Old Turtle Immortal walked over with smile, and then yelled, "Let's join hands and open this coffin lid." Many half-immortals and martial emperors walked over, surrounded the huge coffin, and vigorously opened the coffin lid. Lan Suyao is also somewhat worried. She kept some distance from the huge coffin. Boom! The huge coffin's lid suddenly opened on its own, A large amount of black gas rushed out from inside. The coffin lid also flew very far away. Dang, dang, dang. Many things steaming with black gas flew out from the huge coffin. Moreover, they are continuously emitting black gas. Dao tools. There are even king tools. A Xian domain half-immortal shouted in pleasant surprise. There are all kinds of weapons and treasure armors all over the ground, even though they are emitting black gas. One can clearly see what rank these magic tools are. Ha ha! I said there are treasures inside. That little demon Qin Yun said, there is danger. Old Turtle Immortal laughed loudly and said. Then a group of people crazily fought over the magic tools scattered on the ground. Don't go over. Jian Shitian shouted at a few Dao inscription masters. Those Dao inscription masters who were about to go over also promptly stopped their steps. Old Turtle Immortal looked at Jian Shitian and others and shouted, Don't come over to pick them up, otherwise don't blame us for being impolite. These things belong to us. You are not qualified to take them. Lan Xiao's brows are tightly knitted, looking at the black gas floating above. That black gas is releasing very strong aura. Because Old Turtle Immortal, Ghost Goat Ruler, and others are too excited, they did not notice it. Qin Yun and others also noticed it. Suddenly, the black gas floating above condensed together. Not long after, it condensed into a ball. Not long after, it condensed into a ball. There is a situation. Lan Suyao yelled. At this time, a pitch-black dragon-head person fell from the sky. This dragon-headed person's body was covered in dragon scales, and there was a dragon tail behind his waist. His head was a black, ferocious dragon head. Seeing the sudden appearance of this dragon-head man, Jian Shitian, Bao Changshu, and the others became vigilant. They are secretly alarmed because this dragon-head man is very strong. Old Turtle Immortal and the others also saw the dragon-headed person. They, who were holding all kinds of Dao tools, felt some fear in their hearts. This immortal, dragon immortal, Yun and Suyao immortal, Long immortal, Long demon. Ghost I gave you said, Long dragon, I dragon Suyao, I said, Long dragon long is long. Dragon. I just said, this is my gift to you. You can see my rebirth with your own eyes. This is your opportunity. Quickly drip your blood to recognize me as master. This way you can experience how powerful these magic tools are. Dragon head person's voice is hoarse. He laughed heartily and said, This caused Old Turtle Immortal and others to be wild with joy. They dripped their blood one after another. After they dripped their blood, dragon head person laughed even more happily. Congratulations, you have become my ghost dragon slaves. From now on, you're my ghost dragon slaves. Dragonhead person laughed heartily. Qin Yun is apprehensive. This dragonhead person is actually a ghost dragon. Old Turtle Immortal and other few hundred people's faces turned ashen when they heard this. They are all high and mighty half-immortals. Now, they have become someone's slaves. You have obtained my weapons. If you don't want to become my slaves, then die. Ghost Dragon laughed heartily. Qin Yun discovered that this ghost dragon's strength has not recovered to its peak. However, it is still very formidable. Half-immortals cannot deal with it. Then Ghost Dragon looked at Jian Shitian and others and said with sneer, And you have not obtained my gifts. You can only die. Jian Shitian and Bao Changshu promptly stood up. We are not afraid of you. Jian Shitian said in cold voice, Come and fight. Ghost Dragon said, You are not qualified to fight me. How about this? You fight my slaves? How about it? If you defeat my slaves, you can leave this place. Although Ghost Goat Ruler is very sad in his heart, he doesn't dare to resist Ghost Dragon, otherwise he will die. Since he can't resist, he can only accept. Moreover, he can see that this Ghost Dragon is very strong. Following him will be very promising. Ghost Goat Ruler promptly stood up and said, Master, let me fight. There's a guy called Qin Yun on their side. He has 2 inscription spirits. He is a very crafty little slippery fellow. I want to have a decisive battle with him. Ghost Goat Ruler pointed at Qin Yun. Previously, because of Lan Suyao's protection, Ghost Goat Ruler could not kill Qin Yun. Moreover, Jian Shitian and Bao Changsho would have stopped him. And now, it is a rare opportunity for Ghost Goat Ruler. 2. Inscription Spirits. Very good. You go and kill him. Remember not to destroy his body. I want to extract his inscription spirits. Ghost Dragon looked at Qin Yun with narrowed eyes. He feels very excited. Qin Yun cursed in his heart, but now he has no choice but to fight. Qin Yun, this guy is stronger than you by a lot. Can you defeat him? Jian Shitian asked. No problem. Qin Yun walked out. Lan Suyao is just watching from the side. She cannot act blindly without thinking, because she also feels that she cannot defeat Ghost Dragon. After Qin Yun walked out, he asked, If I win, you will let us leave? Don't go back on your words. Ghost Dragon laughed loudly and said, I never lie. Qin Yun also doesn't believe Ghost Dragon's words, but now is a good opportunity to stall for time. Ghost Dragon certainly has immortal cultivation. It means that Yao Fong can come out from this place. As long as he waits for Yao Fong to come out, he will not be afraid of Ghost Dragon. Ghost Goat Ruler is holding a long hook filled with black gas. This is the Dao tool he obtained just now. Xian Domain and Long family people all feel that Qin Yun cannot defeat Ghost Goat Ruler. They also know that Qin Yun is finished today, but they are not happy in their hearts. Because if Qin Yun is finished, the one who will benefit is not them, but rather that Ghost Dragon. Moreover, they will all become Ghost Dragon slaves. Qin Yun took out the Nether Spirit's sacred blade. After he took out the blade, everyone became slightly stunned. Everyone knows that Qin Yun is an inscription master. He certainly has a good weapon. However, the saber in his hand was very shabby and full of cracks. Little demon, if you don't fight a bit more splendidly and make me bored, I will make you die miserably. Ghost Dragon said with sneer. You are using this kind of weapon to fight? To deal with this dead goat head, it doesn't matter if I have a weapon or not. I can kill him, Qin Yun said with sneer. Ghost Goat Ruler's strength is equivalent to Martial King. And if Qin Yun can use a weapon, with his current cultivation, he can also resist a Martial King. Goat Head, if you can capture this brat, I will put you in an important position. Ghost Dragon said. Master, I will surely capture him. Ghost Goat Ruler is very confident and very happy in his heart. Dead Goat Head with complete slave nature, don't be happy too early. Qin Yun tightly held the Nether Spirit's sacred blade and suddenly rushed over. Ghost Goat Ruler has been waiting for Qin Yun all along. Qin Yun rushed over and casually hacked with his saber. This is a move of common saber art. This very fast saber shot out a burst of swift and fierce Xian Dao power, bringing along a very strong soul-devouring power. Ghost Goat Ruler waved a long hook in his hand and attacked Qin Yun's Nether Spirit's sacred blade. Dang! A crisp sound reverberated through the frozen underground plaza. Qin Yun and Ghost Goat Ruler's weapons fiercely collided. Ghost Goat Ruler is standing on his spot, and Qin Yun has been sent flying. Qin Yun now deeply realized the disparity between him and Ghost Goat Ruler. Everyone saw that the saber in Qin Yun's hand is not damaged at all and cried out in alarm in low voice. Even Ghost Dragon is very interested in Qin Yun's Nether Spirit's sacred blade. Qin Yun did not use Nine Sun Divine Hammer because he is afraid that Ghost Dragon would recognize it and come over to snatch it. After Ghost Goat Ruler sent Qin Yun flying, he saw that Qin Yun's weapon is not damaged and is apprehensive. His body emitted a burst of red light, and he rushed towards Qin Yun. He arrived at Qin Yun's side in a flash and attacked fiercely with a long hook in his hand. The long hook surged with black gas and emitted the special red power of Ghost Goat Ruler. It brought along a very biting, cold, evil aura and let out a hoo-hoo-hoo sound of wind when attacking. Qin Yun dodged with great difficulty. He cannot use his saber to block because he will be sent flying. Moreover, his arm will also suffer great pain from the impact. Boom! Ghost Goat Ruler's long hook suddenly vibrated and overflowed with berserk red light, shaking the ice and causing it to shatter. Qin Yun has no choice but to use the Nether Spirit's sacred blade to block the heavy long hook. Nether Spirit's sacred blade and long hook collided again. Red and black energy wave rushed out in all directions, issuing continuous trembling sound and shaking the plaza. And the nether spirit sacred blade was sent flying. It hit the ice on the wall and was buried by a large piece of ice. Qin Yun, you are finished. Ha ha ha. Ghost Goat Ruler laughed heartily and used his hook to hook Qin Yun's neck. While Ghost Goat Ruler is laughing heartily, Qin Yun promptly released Heavenly Lion Beast Spirit's power. He used it once before, but he did not finish using it. Then he used Heavenly Lion Beast Spirit's power to suppress it. Now he can release it again. Jian Shitian, Bao Changshou, and the others are also preparing to take action, but they saw Qin Yun's aura suddenly rapidly increase. Ghost Goat Ruler also sensed it, but he did not have enough time to react. His handsome face was violently beaten by Qin Yun's fists and palms. Damned goat head, the one who is finished is you, Qin Yun shouted. Chapter 800. A venomous curse. Qin Yun's sudden increase in power is something that Ghost Goat Ruler did not expect. Previously, Qin Yun was only a late-stage Xian martial realm, and his strength was comparable to an initial-stage martial king. After borrowing the power of the Heavenly Lion Beast Spirit, Qin Yun's strength is comparable to mid-stage martial king. Coupled with the power of the immortal demon body, the power was even greater. Ghost Goat Ruler also did not expect this. He was immediately beaten to the point that he did not even have the strength to retaliate. Why did you suddenly become so strong? Ghost Goat Ruler finally found an opportunity. He promptly retreated to avoid Qin Yun's attack and shouted in alarm. Damn sheephead, don't think you can run. Qin Yun shouted. When he chased up, Ghost Goat Ruler hastily dodged, but suddenly many tree vines appeared from the ground and wrapped around Ghost Goat Ruler. Ghost Goat Ruler was entangled for a moment and immediately used formidable power to struggle free from those tree vines. However, just as Ghost Goat Ruler struggled free, Qin Yun's attack arrived. The Nether Spirit's sacred blade suddenly flew back to Qin Yun's hand. Master, save me! As soon as Ghost Goat Ruler shouted, his head was pierced by Nether Spirit's sacred blade. Ah! Ghost Goat Ruler shouted loudly. Master, save! After the Nether Soul's sacred blade pierced through Ghost Goat's head, it also devoured Ghost Goat Ruler's soul. After the Nether Soul sacred blade absorbed a powerful soul, it seems like it can repair itself. Ghost Goat Ruler's soul was devoured by the Nether Spirit's sacred blade. That means he is dead. Bang! Ghost Goat Ruler fell to the ground, causing the ancient Era race and Xian domain people to be secretly shocked. Ghost Goat Ruler was a genuine martial king. Moreover, he is a member of an ancient Era's race. Yet he was still killed by Qin Yun. I've won. Can we leave now? Qin Yun looked at the Ghost Dragon. Ghost Dragon not only saw that Qin Yun has a mortal devil body, he also saw that Qin Yun's Nether Spirit's sacred blade is extraordinary. He said with sneer, they can leave, but you can't. Because you killed my excellent servant, you must stay and replace him. What if I don't? Said Qin Yun coldly. If you don't stay, then they will die. Ghost Dragon laughed sinisterly, his body suddenly emitting an evil black aura. Whoosh! A large amount of fiendish chi condensed into a sinister black dragon claw that appeared above Bao Changshou and the others. If you stay, they can leave this place. Ghost Dragon can see that Qin Yun's entire body is filled with treasures. He will absolutely not let Qin Yun leave. Qin Yun, don't listen to him. We will stay behind and join hands to kill him. Jian Linglong yelled. Qin Yun, if you stay, you can imagine the consequences. Don't listen to him. Bao Changshou also shouted. Qin Yun knew very well the Ghost Dragon's strength. If they really fought, they would all be killed by the Ghost Dragon. I will stay, Qin Yun shouted. All right, huh? Ghost Dragon laughed loudly. He waved his hand and opened the golden jade door. There were many five-headed giants outside, but they all made way for them. You can leave now. Ghost Dragon released a black gas that enveloped Jian Shitian and the others and pushed them out of the golden jade door. With a bang, the golden jade door slammed shut. Bao Changshou and company were also blocked outside the door. Your name is Qin Yun, right? Ghost Dragon looked at Qin Yun, filled with interest. That's right, Qin Yun said coldly. Why did you make me stay behind? Enter that coffin. Ghost Dragon waved his hand after he finished speaking, and Qin Yun was sent flying by a formidable power. Qin Yun landed inside the coffin where Ghost Dragon was just now, and the coffin lid automatically closed. Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi are extremely anxious. Everyone can see that the coffin is a seal. It is very difficult to come out after being sealed inside. Master, what are your plans now? Are you preparing to leave this place? Old Turtle Immortal walked over and asked. I'm still sealed in this place. There should be a few more layers of barriers sealing me above. Ghost Dragon said in cold voice. Then Master, how do you want to deal with that little demon? A long family old man asked. Lock him inside. After 24 hours, his soul will dissipate. At that time, his body will be mine. I will refine him into a puppet. Ghost Dragon said with smile. After Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi heard this, they became even more anxious. They promptly rushed towards the coffin and vigorously pushed it open. They also did not call Lan Suyao over because Qin Yun and Lan Suyao have enmity. They feel that Lan Suyao will not help. However, Lan Suyao still came over. You, aren't you my servants? Ghost Dragon furiously said with frown. We did not take your magic tools. Lan Suyao said, Oh, Qin Yun inside the coffin is mine. You want to snatch my things? Ghost Dragon said with sneer. Lan Suyao looked at Ghost Dragon. Her eyes released a burst of blue light. Old Turtle Immortal promptly yelled, Master, quickly attack. She has a pair of sacred eyes. Ghost Dragon looked at the blue light and is slightly startled. He abruptly dodged and punched Lan Suyao's abdomen. Lan Suyao immediately screamed in pain. This pair of sacred eyes, I want them. Ghost Dragon laughed heartily, grabbed Lan Suyao's jade neck, then brutally pulled out Lan Suyao's 2 dark blue eyes and directly swallowed them, making him grow 2 blue eyes. Master, Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi saw Lan Suyao's eyes being pulled out alive and shouted in pain. At this time, they opened the coffin a little bit. Qin Yun, who was trapped inside, because a small gap appeared, he vigorously blasted open the coffin lid. When Qin Yun came out, he saw Lan Suyao lying on the ground. Her face is full of blood. Her dark blue eyes have already disappeared. They're dripping with blood. It is very scary. Even Lan Suyao does not have the power to fight back against the formidable Ghost Dragon. Seeing Qin Yun come out, Ghost Dragon promptly rushed over and attacked Qin Yun with a few palm strikes, sending Qin Yun flying and crashing on a layer of ice. Boom! The layer of ice shattered. Many ice chunks fell down and submerged Qin Yun. I will leave those 3 women to you. I want to properly ravage this guy. I want to see how strong his body is. Ghost Dragon laughed heartily. Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi supported Lan Suyao and promptly retreated. Xian Domain people, Long family, and ancient era's race, people rushed over with face filled with evil grin. The reason why they respected Lan Suyao before is because she has very strong sacred pupils. And now, not only Lan Suyao's eyes have been pulled out, she is also seriously injured. This woman Suyao, I have been wanting to get on her for a long time, adding on her 2 disciples, If we get on them, it will be very good. A crocodile head beast man laughed loudly and said. Other beast men also rushed over with evil grin on their faces. Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi promptly threw out many talismans. They are all given to them by Qin Yun. Rumble. In a short period of time, burst of intense flame burst out. Those people who rushed over shouted and screamed from the explosion. Even though they were hit by the explosion, they did not die. Instead, they were angered. They are filled with fury in their hearts. They promptly rushed over and attacked Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi. In just a short while, Shui Tianzi and Zi Qingsheng have been seriously injured. They are not martial kings, yet they are being besieged by a large group of martial emperors and half-immortals. It is very difficult to resist. All of you go to hell. Lan Suyao, who is lying on the ground, suddenly took out a square eye. The square, I released a burst of red light and enveloped those surrounding people. Crash, crash. Those who did not react fast enough immediately turned into a pool of blood. Only a few dozen martial emperors and half immortals managed to resist. They did not turn into a pool of blood. Other 200 to 300 people all died. Old Turtle Immortal is so scared that he lost half of his life. He is lying on the ground in extreme fear. Master, Old Turtle Immortal yelled. Ghost Dragon is currently examining Qin Yun's body. After he found out about the situation, he promptly flew over. He saw the square eye on Lan Suyao's hand shoot out red light, and is extremely apprehensive. He promptly attacked Lan Suyao a few times and snatched away the square eye. You bunch of idiots. Ghost Dragon saw so many slaves died in a short while and became extremely furious. Master, that brat Qin Yun has many good things on him. We cannot kill him in a short while. Those 2 little girls have very good relationship with Qin Yun. If we capture them, maybe we can threaten Qin Yun to hand over even more things. A long family old man walked out and said, What is your name? Ghost Dragon looked at the old man and asked, My name is Long Chun Yuan. I am a Long family member, the old man said with a smile. What else does Qin Yun have? Ghost Dragon asked. Aside from 2 inscription spirits, Qin Yun also has a very strong heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron. Long Chun Yuan said with evil smile. So long as I place a curse on these 2 girls, we can make Qin Yun behave. What curse? Ghost Dragon suddenly feels that this is very interesting. That is our Long family's curse. Only our Long family can remove this kind of curse. Long Chun Yuan said, All right, hurry up and put a curse on them. Ghost Dragon smiled. Long Chun Yuan walked over and took out 2 black pearls. They are curse pearls. Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi are lying on the ground. They are unable to move. They can only let Long Chun Yuan place the curse on them. Qin Yun is also seriously injured. He can only watch from the distance. The fury in his heart is soaring to the sky. After Long Chun Yuan finished, he said with a smile, It's done. Qin Yun's heart is dripping with blood. He yelled, Long family bastards, I will surely slaughter my way to your Long family. Long Chun Yuan laughed loudly and said, Only our soaring dragon family's Long family headquarters can remove this curse. If you have the guts, kill your way over. Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi suddenly let out miserable screams in pain. Qin Yun feels endless pain in his heart. He is also incomparably furious. If Zi Qingsheng, Shui Tianzi, and Lan Suyao did not open the coffin lid, he would have been trapped to death inside. Even if Yao Fong appeared, she would not have been able to break open the coffin lid. This coffin lid can only be opened from the outside. Otherwise, Ghost Dragon would have opened it from the inside. Ha ha ha. Qin Yun, do you see their painful appearance? Every 2 hours, they will feel pain for 6 hours. Long Chun Yuan said with evil grin, Quickly hand over all the good things on your body. This way, I will let them die a bit more happily. Chapter 801. Ghost Subduing Dragon. Hearing Yao Fong's voice, Qin Yun felt a lot more at ease in his heart. Sister Yao Fong, I met a very powerful guy. Qin Yun quickly informed Yao Fong about Ghost Dragon. Suddenly, a ball of black gas appeared in front of Qin Yun. Yao Fong heard Qin Yun's words. She promptly appeared. Ghost Dragon and the others thought that Qin Yun would release something. They did not expect that it would be a person. After Yao Fong appeared, she promptly flew over, held Qin Yun's nether spirit's sacred blade, and hacked at Ghost Dragon. Ghost Dragon sensed Yao Fong's formidable power and became alarmed in his heart. He promptly released a huge red axe to block the nether spirit's sacred blade. Clang dang. The collision of 2 formidable weapons released incomparably fierce vibration. All the ice in this place shattered. Xian Domain and Long family's people were also sent flying. Many of them were injured. When Yao Fong arrived, she released a part of her power and moved the seriously injured Zi Qingsheng, Shui Tianzi, and Lan Suyao to Qin Yun's side. Qin Yun is also seriously injured. He can only put them into the first pearl of the 9 Sun Divine Soul and used the two immortal origins inside to heal their injuries. "Who are you?" Ghost Dragon vigorously held the huge red axe and blocked the Nether Spirit's sacred blade that is unceasingly pressing down. "Someone who can kill you." Yao Fang's voice is ice-cold and penetrating to the bone. She vigorously attacked Ghost Dragon with her palm. Yao Fang's seemingly gentle palm attack caused the underground palace to fiercely shake and cracks to appear. The sound wave caused the entire stone room to tremble and buzz. Shin Domain and Long family people did not receive any protection. Because of this power, their blood and chi churned and they coughed out blood. Qin Yun ate 2 healing pills. They were given to him by Bing Xing to allow him to quickly recover. Qin Yun recovered some of his injuries and made his body transparent. Then, he carefully flew towards the group of people. "Yuner, do you have a way to make my heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron produce very strong suction power? I want to suck those people into the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron." Qin Yun sent sound transmission to Ling Yuner. Although he can quietly go over, he cannot kill all of them in one go. After all, Shin Domain and Long family people have half-immortals. If he took out the 9-Sun Divine Hammer and killed a few of them, the others would immediately react. What he needed to do was to take down a group of them in one go so that they wouldn't retaliate. Release the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron. I will immediately release the strongest suction force and pour it into the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron to suck that group of people in, Ling Yuner said. Shin Domain and Long family's people are currently healing their injuries. Yao Fang and Ghost Dragon are fighting fiercely. This place has many cracks because of their fight. It looks like it will collapse at any time. After Qin Yun arrived near that group of people, he suddenly threw out the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron. Ling Yun also promptly controlled Nether Sun and released all of its power. Woo woo woo. The mouth of the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron was facing downwards, and it was like a huge whirlpool. It gave off a whistling sound, creating a powerful suction force that sucked in the group of people on the ground. "It's the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron. It's that little demon Qin Yun," someone shouted. Just as that person finished shouting, he was sucked in. Only 3 half-immortals managed to react. They promptly circulated their power to resist the suction and rushed towards Qin Yun. Because Qin Yun released his formidable power, he also exposed his position. Now there are only 3 half-immortals left. Qin Yun promptly controlled the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron to fly back. Boom! The power of those 3 half-immortals hit the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron and sent Qin Yun and the cauldron flying. Although Yao Fang is wholeheartedly fighting Ghost Dragon, she is constantly paying attention to Qin Yun. She saw Qin Yun as being attacked from all sides and promptly sent a formidable power towards Qin Yun. Qin Yun sensed Yao Fang's power attack and immediately hid behind the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron. Rumble. Yao Fang's casual attack power is incomparably valiant. It caused the rocks in the corner to explode and fly away. Although those 3 half-immortals tried to defend, they were still sent flying. Yao Fang's strength is comparable to an immortal king. Only Qin Yun, who has the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron, can resist. Those 3 half-immortals don't have good defensive tools. They were seriously injured in a short while. Qin Yun ate 2 pills. The medicinal power is unceasingly being released and quickly healing his injuries. He took this opportunity to take out the 9-Sun Divine Hammer, rushed towards one of the half-immortals, and smashed down with the hammer. 9-Sun Divine Hammer absorbed Qin Yun's Xian Dao power and released a kind of 9-colored sharp light. It brought along intense 9-Sun power. Boom! The hammer head landed on that half-immortal's head, causing it to split open and burst out a burst of 9-colored light. Long Chunyuan, whose body is covered in injuries, saw that Shin Domain half-immortal's head has been smashed, and he is extremely horrified. Boom! Qin Yun controlled the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron and charged towards the half-immortal. That half-immortal is already injured He was casually injured by Yao Fong just now. Now his injuries have worsened. Then he was ruthlessly hit by the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron and was sent flying. But he is after all a half immortal. A skinny camel is still bigger than a horse. He saw Qin Yun arrive and promptly got up. After Qin Yun arrived, he told Ling Yuner to release supergravity. That half immortal was suddenly pressured by the valiant gravity and became sluggish. However, in this short period of half an eye, Qin Yun's nine-sun divine spirit lowered its head and landed on that half-immortal's head. Bang! The head smashed down with a muffled explosion. Intense nine-colored light shot out like a sharp weapon. Qin Yun killed another half-immortal. Qin Yun, go to hell. Long Chunyuan flew over and vigorously punched Qin Yun. Although Qin Yun blocked with the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron, he was sent flying by Long Chunyuan's attack. Long Chunyuan's half-immortal power is very formidable. He hit Qin Yun and the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron on the wall. He is also scared by Qin Yun's hammer. Luckily, he is the furthest away from Qin Yun, so Qin Yun did not attack him. Long Chunyuan, don't even think of killing me. Qin Yun controlled the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron to fly over and activated the heavenly lion totem on it. The heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron has 9 sets of heavenly lion totem. This cauldron, from its name, can be clearly used to deal with dragons. Long Chunyuan said with evil grin, "You are dead for sure." He is not the least bit afraid of the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron. He raised his hands and attacked the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron. At this time, 3 nether realm heavenly lions suddenly appeared. As soon as the nether realm heavenly lions appeared, they ferociously charged towards the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron. After the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron was hugged by the 3 nether realm heavenly lions, it released formidable black energy mist. The mouth of the cauldron spouted a burst of intense heavenly lion dragon suppressing power, causing Long Chunyuan to have difficulty breathing. Long Chunyuan did not expect that giant Qin Yun could summon 3 formidable nether realm heavenly lions. This suddenly strengthened the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron's dragon suppressing power. Boom! The mouth of the cauldron covered the ground, covering Long Chunyuan. The heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron also gradually became smaller. Qin Yun let out a long sigh. Bang, bang, bang. Boulders kept falling down from this huge underground room. Yao Fong and Ghost Dragon's fierce battle caused serious damage to this place. Ghost Dragon just broke the seal and has not recovered to his peak. Moreover, he does not have a weapon like the Nether Spirit Sacred Blade. Now he is at a disadvantage. He has been hacked several times. Moreover, every time he is hacked, it feels like a piece of his soul is being pulled out. This is the Nether Spirit Sacred Blade's soul-devouring power. Damned woman, who the hell are you? Why do you have Devil Immortal Great Emperor's curse power on your body? Ghost Dragon finally recalled that the aura on Yao Fong's body is the aura of Devil Immortal Great Emperor's power. Someone who could be cursed by Devil Immortal Great Emperor is definitely not an ordinary person. Ghost Dragon cursed Qin Yun's 18 generations of ancestors in his heart. He really did not expect that Qin Yun would bring such a dreadful woman with him. He only feels that his luck is very bad. It was not easy for him to break the seal, but now he met a ruthless character and was seriously injured in a short while. Ghost Dragon's head was suddenly hacked by Yao Fong's Nether Spirit's Sacred Blade, causing him to scream loudly. His soul is also being crazily devoured by the Nether Spirit's Sacred Blade. Yao Fong is very happy in her heart. She promptly grabbed Ghost Dragon and rushed towards Qin Yun. "Return it to you." Yao Fong returned the Nether Spirit's Sacred Blade to Qin Yun and then placed Ghost Dragon inside the 9-Sun Divine Soul. The second pearl of the 9-Sun Divine Soul is now imprisoning the half-dead Xie Ying and Ghost Dragon. These are all things for Yao Fong to absorb. Sister Yao Fong, take out those blue sacred eyes and give them to me. Qin Yun shouted. Then, he hurriedly took the coffin away and rushed towards the cracked golden jade door. Got it. Yao Fong took out Ghost Dragon's blue sacred eyes and placed them inside the first pearl of the nine-sun divine soul. After he came out, he saw a large group of headless giants. There are many headless giant corpses lying on the ground. And Jian Shitian and the others are still outside. They have not left. Qin Yun, are you all right? After Jian Linglong saw Qin Yun, she promptly went over and supported him. Qin Yun's body is also full of injuries. I'm all right, quickly leave. This place is about to collapse. Qin Yun yelled. Jian Linglong is carrying Qin Yun on her back. Jian Shitian, Bao Changsho, and the other experts are flying in the front, avoiding those headless giants. Boom, boom, boom. The semicircular building in the center of the taboo ghost town is continuously collapsing. The building has been destroyed. The barrier inside has also lost its effectiveness. Jian Shitian, Bao Changsho, and the others only need to pay attention to the falling boulders along the way. They are all formidable half-immortals and martial emperors. They can easily shatter the falling boulders. Even if the road is blocked, relying on the power of a few half-immortals, they can easily blast it open. Less than half an hour later, they finally came out of the semicircular building. Because the black gas inside the taboo ghost town has dissipated, the nine suns shone down. The strange black blood inside the taboo ghost town also gradually turned into mist and disappeared. We should quickly leave this desolate domain. Jian Shitian said, It is very dangerous inside. Qin Yun also wants to quickly leave, then go to Long family to help Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi remove their curse. Their group of people quickly flew out of the taboo ghost town and towards the exit. Chapter 802. Panlong Xin. This desolate domain, where ancient era races are sealed, is rather lacking in resources. Because there is a taboo ghost town here, in order to maintain the seal's energy, it absorbs the desolate domain's spiritual energy all year round. The taboo ghost town almost completely exhausted the desolate domain's energy, and the seal gradually unraveled. Therefore, this desolate domain is not attractive to Bao Changsho, Jian Shitian, and the others. For many years, they have been looking for a good desolate domain to stay and settle down their sections. But they have never been able to find one. And according to legend, most of the good desolate domains are in Spirit Desolate's Xian domain. Jian Shitian and Bao Changsho brought their own people and returned to their sections. Bao Changsho took out his flying ship and let everyone board it. Then he quickly flew towards Immortal Weapon City. Xiao Yuemei also followed Bao Changsho and the others back to Immortal Weapon City. She recalled the taboo ghost town and felt that it was very dangerous. Sister Linglong, I did not see Sister Steamed Bun and Sister Shui. I also don't know how their situation is. Xiao Yuemei is very worried because Qin Yun did not tell her about this matter. Jian Linglong is also unwilling to continue speaking. Jian Rian recalled this matter, and her eyes suddenly became moist. Xiao Yuemei's tears cannot help but fall down. She got along very well with Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi. She already considered them as good sisters, but now they are gone. Qin Yun is sitting beside Jian Linglong, leaning on her body. His eyes are closed. He also looks very weak. Brother, are they dead? Xiao Yuemei asked while crying in sadness. Silly girl, I will not let them die. Qin Yun slowly opened his eyes and laughed. Then what about them? Jian Rian's heavy mood suddenly became a lot better. Xiao Yuemei's tears turned into laughter. She lightly hammered Qin Yun. Why didn't you tell me earlier? Jian Linglong let out a long sigh and asked. Qin Yun, where are they? Bao Changsho said with frown. Qin Yun, could it be that they are still under the taboo ghost town? Qin Yun shook his head. They have been cursed by a long family guy. Every once in a while they will feel very painful. I have sealed them and stored them in my storage magic tool. He handed Shui Tianzi and Zi Qingsheng over to Yao Fong. Yao Fong also suffered from the curse all year round, so it was relatively easy for her to deal with it. She could break the Long family's curse, but it would take a very long time. Therefore, Qin Yun also plans to make a trip to Soaring Dragon State's Long family headquarters. Qin Yun told Bao Changsho and the other seniors about the curse. When they heard this, their faces became very solemn. Chu Binyu shook his head and sighed. This is troublesome. This is one of the most powerful techniques of the Long family. It's called the soul-tearing and heart-shattering curse. The pain you suffer is equivalent to your soul being torn apart and your heart shattering. Moreover, it will appear repeatedly. Fortunately, the two sisters have been sealed. Otherwise, they would be in great pain. Xiao Yuemei's small face is suddenly filled with anger. Long family bastards. I will not let them off. Jian Linglong asked in low voice. Qin Yun, you're going to Soaring Dragon State to find Long family, right? Xiao Yuemei promptly shouted. I will also go. Jian Rian and Jian Linglong also looked at Qin Yun. They want to go together with him. Yuemei, return to Demon Moon Island for the time being. Qin Yun said. Xiao Yuemei recalled that she has to suppress her soul and can only shout in anger. I will go by myself. I have helpers. Qin Yun laughed. I want to rest by myself. My injuries are not serious. Jian Linglong supported Qin Yun up and brought him to a quiet secret room. After entering the secret room, Qin Yun let out Lan Suyao. Lan Suyao's injuries are very serious. After Qin Yun examined her for a while, he secretly sighed. Xiao Yun, Sister Bingxing, should be able to cure her injuries. Ling Yuner said. Sister Yao Fong was startled and took back her two sacred eyes. I don't know whether or not she can put them back. Lan Suyao's life force is very tenacious. Although her body is seriously injured and her sacred eyes have been taken away, she is still conscious. Qin Yun, how are Qingcheng and Tianzi now? Are they all right? Lan Suyao's lips are slightly moving. Her voice is like a breath. It is very weak. But Qin Yun can hear her clearly. Their situation has stabilized. Is you who is in a bad condition? Qin Yun let out a long sigh, then channeled his power into her body to stabilize her condition. He plans to return to a mortal weapon palace and let Bing Xing help Lan Suyao put back her eyes. It is good that they are all right, Lan Suyao said in soft voice. Qin Yun looked at her bloody eye sockets and felt an indescribable heartache. Originally, he hated Lan Suyao very much, but she is very concerned about Zi Qingcheng and Shui Tianzi. To save them, she almost died. Qin Yun also feels that it is very strange. Shui Tianzi and Zi Qingcheng did not know Lan Suyao for long, but their relationship is actually very good. After a few days of flying, Bao Changsho's group returned to Immortal Weapon City. After Xiao Yuemei bid farewell to Qin Yun, she reluctantly left with Jian Linglong. Jian Linglong escorted her back to Demon Moon Island. After a few days of rest, Qin Yun's spirit is a bit better, but his injuries are still not completely healed. After he returned, he hastily arrived at Immortal Weapon Palace Hall. Bing Xing is calmly absorbing immortal energy from the immortal pool and cultivating immortal devil's sacred body art. As soon as Qin Yun arrived, she sensed that Qin Yun's aura is not right and promptly flew over. Qin Yun is somewhat surprised. Just as he entered the door, Star's spirit immortal fairy with fluttering white skirt flew over gracefully. How did your injuries become so heavy? Bing Xing said with frown. Many things happened. It is a long story. Qin Yun's mood is also very heavy. He arrived beside the immortal pool and placed the heavily injured Lan Suyao beside it. Is this your new woman? Bing Xing looked at Lan Suyao and said with frown, this is a person from ancient era's race. Qin Yun also informed Bing Xing about the matter of entering the taboo ghost town. Bing Xing is listening and helping Lan Suyao to sort out her injuries. I will first take care of her external injuries. Bing Xing brought Lan Suyao into the immortal pool and clearly saw her blood-stained body. Lan Suyao also sobered up a lot. She knows that a very formidable woman is helping her clean her body. She has a kind of peculiar feeling. Qin Yun arrived at the bottom of the immortal pool and entered the immortal origin. He saw Lan Suyao wearing Bing Xing's white skirt. She is calmly lying on the sun and moon immortal bed. He took out the two sacred eyes handed them over to Bing Xing and said, "Sister Bing Xing, these are her sacred eyes. Can you take them back? This is where her greatest strength lies. It should be possible. Her current injuries are only temporarily stabilized. She still needs a period of time to completely recover." Bing Xing took the two sacred eyes. She is also very interested. That's good. Qin Yin promptly left for Lawkeeper Hall. He wants to find Granny Ma. After he arrived at Granny Ma's place, he found out that Long Xiaofeng has not been seen for several days. Qin Yun is worried that some accident happened, so he promptly went to Long Xiaofeng's room with Granny Ma. After they arrived at Long Xiaofeng's room, they saw a letter she left behind. "Because of some reasons, I had no choice but to return to Long family. Qin Yun, thank you for helping me, but I have disappointed you." Long Xiaofeng left behind a few short sentences. It made Qin Yun and Granny Ma understand something. "Granny Ma, is there any suspicious person in Lawkeeper Hall who has been in contact with Xiaofeng during this period of time? That person must be related to Long family." Qin Yun said with frown, "Long family lost a dragon. They suspect that it is related to Xiaofeng. They must be looking for her everywhere." Granny Ma thought for a moment and said, "There is a guy. He is a martial king. His father is a martial emperor. He used to be in charge of doing business with Long family. Before Long family people left Immortal Weapon City, they had a very good relationship with Long family. He must have said something to Xiaofeng. That's why she suddenly left." Qin Yun is burning with anxiety. If Long Xiaofeng returns to Long family, the consequences will be unimaginable. Previously, Long Xiaofeng also said that she has nothing to worry about in Long family. And now she has returned to Long family. Clearly Long family is threatening her. Most likely, they're using the people Long Xiaofeng cares about to threaten her. "Granny Ma, quickly send people to secretly investigate. I want to know where that father and son pair are." Qin Yin asked. Granny Ma took out a sound transmission cock. Not long after, she found out the whereabouts of the father and son pair. That martial emperor is still in Immortal Weapon Palace. His son is gambling in a casino in the city. He has been gambling all this time. It seems like that guy obtained a lot of wealth. I will go find him. You take people to find that martial emperor," Qin Yin said in cold voice. Although that Di Mingchun became martial king not long ago, he is still very strong. "Can you deal with him alone?" Granny Ma said with some worry. "Moreover, there are many martial kings in that casino. It seems like Long family is controlling that casino from behind. I will go alone," Qin Yin said. Soon after, he understood the specific situation from Granny Ma. He changed his appearance and left Immortal Weapon Palace. In Immortal Weapon City, Qin Yin has Bing Xing and Bao Changsho support. As long as he doesn't do anything excessive, it will be fine. Late at night, Immortal Weapon City's Eastern District, a 9-story building, is brightly lit. It is very lively. This is Immortal Weapon City's biggest casino, Panlong Pavilion. After Qin Yun arrived, he went straight to the 9th floor. Qin Yun asked Jianling Long to help him buy a large amount of star nucleus. He spent almost all of his purple crystal coins. Now he only has 10 million purple crystal coins. However, after he shows these purple crystal coins, he is qualified to enter the 9th floor. The 9th floor is very spacious and bright. There is a huge gambling table. After Qin Yun arrived, he jumped in fright. He thought that this is just gambling purple crystal coins. He did not expect that there are all kinds of hands, feet, Dao pills, and so on the gambling table. There are also many Xian tools and spirit tools. Panlong Pavilion's 9th floor, everything can be gambled. Chapter 803. Old Swindler meets Old Swindler D. Mingchuan's face is glowing. He is very excited from gambling. After Qin Yin walked over, he saw that Di Mingchun is playing dice. Moreover, it is a very simple dice. 1, 2, 3 are small, 4, 5, 6 are big. Qin Yin doesn't know how to play. He only saw that Di Mingchun has a crystal coin card on the table. He is deliberately playing big. Di Mingchun is not playing with other people. He is gambling with an old man. Only 2 people are playing, other people are just spectators. Panlong Pavilion is only acting as guarantor. If someone wins, Panlong Pavilion will take 20% of the profit. When Qin arrived, Panlong Pavilion won 1 million purple crystal coins and gave 200,000 to Panlong Pavilion people. And the spectators will secretly gamble according to the result of Di Mingshun and the old man. This way, they won't have to share with Panlong Pavilion. The biggest advantage of this kind of gambling is that it is fast. You can win very quickly and lose very quickly. People with drug addiction, if they have enough purple crystal coins, they can continuously play to their heart's content. Qin Yun is watching from the side. Using Extinction Spirit Eye, he can easily see through the dice cup. Is 3. Di Mingshun bet small. It also means that he won again. Not playing 1 million purple crystal coins, this is also a lot. I won again, ha ha ha. Di Mingshun very happily laughed. That old man seems to have lost a lot. His expression is very unsightly. After handing over 1 million purple crystal coins to Di Mingshun, he groaned and left. Di Mingshun said with smile, "Who else wants to play with me? I will accompany you all." Qin Yun walked over and sat down. After changing his appearance, Di Mingshun cannot recognize him. Di Mingshun looked at the person across from him and said with smile, "This brother, how many do you want to play?" 2 million. Qin Yun said, "He only has 10 million, so he wants to win some purple crystal coins." "All right, I'm the one who started this game. So you're the guest? I'll let you guess first." Di Mingshun said, "Do you bet big or small?" "Small," Qin Yun said. An old man from Panlong Pavilion, who is in charge of shaking the dice cup, also began shaking. Very soon he finished shaking and opened the dice cup. "Is 4 big?" "I win." Di Mingshun handed over the purple crystal card to Qin Yun. Qin Yun straightforwardly passed 2 million. "Continue." "I bet on the small one," Qin Yun said. "He deliberately lost a round just now." Di Mingshun laughed and said, "Very straightforward." Very quickly the result came out. Di Mingshun won again. Everyone exclaimed in admiration because Di Mingshun won many rounds in a row and only lost once in a while. Qin Yun looked at the old man shaking the dice and realized that there is something fishy going on. Otherwise, it is impossible for Di Mingshun's luck to be so good and win so many times in a row. "I only have 6 million purple coins on hand. Can I raise 5 million in one go?" Qin Yun asked. "Of course I can." Di Mingshun laughed loudly and said. Qin Yun continued to buy small. This time, he secretly released his mental force and used the penetration divine power to control the dice in the dice cup. After the old man stopped shaking the dice, he opened the dice cup. Inside was a dot small. Seeing this result, everyone praised Qin Yun's good luck. "He actually won the last round," Qin Yun said with smile. "It seems like my luck has changed." Although Di Mingshun's face is filled with smile, his smile is somewhat forced. Just now, Qin Yun saw a strange expression in the old man's eyes. It is indeed Panlong Pavilion's people and Di Mingshun's collusion. "Brother, do you still want to continue?" Di Mingshun asked. "Of course. Since my luck has changed, I will bet 10 million in one go." After Qin Yun obtained 5 million, he gave 1 million to Panlong Pavilion's old man. Adding his own 6 million, he has 10 million in total. Good, good, good. Di Mingshun's face revealed a smile. He looks very happy. This time Qin Yun is betting big. The old man shook the dice cup for a long time this time. Qin Yun doesn't know what kind of method they're using to control the dice, but he is not worried at all because he is sure to win. He directly used formidable mental power to permeate into the dice cup and control the dice. When the dice cup landed on the table, it was originally a 3, but under Qin Yun's control, it became a 6. The old man opened the dice cup and looked at the 6 inside. His expression is filled with doubt. Everyone immediately cried out in alarm. Winning 10 million in one round. This is truly enviable. My luck has indeed changed. Qin Yun chuckled and said. Qin Yun said with clear and bright laugh. Do you still want to continue? Di Mingshun can no longer laugh. He is somewhat angry. My luck is so good now. Of course I want to continue. This time I will bet 15 million. Qin Yun said with smile. In the next 10 rounds, Qin Yun won 10 times and lost 3 times. He won more than 100 million in total. Di Mingchun and Panlong Pavilion's people also realize that an expert has arrived. If Di Mingchun doesn't continue, then Panlong Pavilion will gamble with Qin Yun. If Panlong Pavilion doesn't gamble with others, their reputation will be smashed. This is a Mortal Weapon City's territory, not Long family's territory. Therefore, Panlong Pavilion can't do anything if they run into cheaters. They don't have absolute proof. Moreover, their Panlong Pavilion frequently cheats. This time, I will bet 100 million. Qin Yun said with chuckle. Qin Yun knows that Panlong Pavilion is Long family's property. They have been operating here for many years and have paid several billion in taxes to Immortal Weapon City. It can be seen that they have earned a lot of purple crystal coins here. Qin Yun also decided that he must ruthlessly rip off Panlong Pavilion. Brother, since the gamble is so big, don't play dice. It is meaningless. Di Mingchun said with smile. Then what should we play? Qin Yun asked. Di Mingchun waved his hand. A middle-aged man brought out a basin of black stones. There are 20 to 30 small stones inside. Each of them is the size of walnut and white. Di Mingchun said with smile. There are 30 stones here. Each of us will pick 15. Inside these black stones, there's something called golden jade. However, the size is different and the weight is also different. The weights are also different. Let's compete and see which of the stones we choose has the heaviest gold and jade. This is very fun. I like it, Qin Yun said with smile. Relax. Everyone can see the process of picking, so there is no possibility of playing tricks. Moreover, when it is heavy, we can use our own scales. Di Mingchun said with smile. Qin Yun used extinction spirit to see through the inside of those black stones. The size of the golden jade inside are all different. These golden jades are very strange. Some of them are very small, but very heavy. Moreover, the size of the black stones are different, so it is very hard to judge how heavy the golden jade inside the stone is. This time, it is very dependent on experience. Qin Yun heard about this kind of game before. Xiao Yuanmei told him about it, but she has never played it before. Di Mingchun said with smile, Brother, you are the guest. You go first. Because our bet is very big, Panlong Pavilion will not take a cut. We can directly win purple crystal coins. The purple crystal cards they're using have not been registered. Otherwise, they would have to pay taxes. The basin of stones is placed there. They are not allowed to touch. They can only look. Qin Yun picked a stone with relatively big golden jade inside. Then it is Di Mingchun's turn. They chose one and began to take out the golden jade inside. The golden jade is only the size of a finger. It is placed inside a transparent crystal box. Then it is Qin Yun's turn to pick. This process is repeated again and again until everyone has picked out 15 stones. After a while, Qin Yun and Di Mingchun also began to feel heavy. Di Mingchun's golden jade is 10 Jin 8 Liang, and Qin Yun's golden jade is only 10 Jin 3 Liang. He lost. Di Mingchun said with smile, Brother, you lost. Qin Yun clenched his teeth and handed over 100 million purple crystal coins to Di Mingchun. Do you still want to play? Continue with this game. Di Mingchun said with smile. I don't have purple crystal coins. Can I pawn my items? Qin Yun asked. We bet everything here. Panlong Pavilion's old man saw Di Mingchun win, and his face is filled with smile. Qin Yun took out a high-quality Xian tool. It is a spear. He placed it on the table and asked, This is a high-quality Xian tool. How much is it worth? 200 million purple crystal coins. The old man's eyes are filled with pleasant surprise as he said. Qin Yun secretly despised the old man because if this high-quality Xian tool was auctioned, it would be worth at least 400 to 500 million. But it has been reduced to 200 million. All right, I will bet 200 million. Qin Yun said. Di Mingchun and the old man revealed smile. Everyone became even more interested. Qin Yun can also see that Di Mingchun must have some kind of method to ensure his victory. But just now, he did not see through Di Mingchun's method. Xiao Yun, He must have used a very ingenious method to pour special energy into the golden jades. It can increase the weight of each golden jade by 1 or 2 taels. And the golden jades you choose are of the same size and weight. This way, he can guarantee his victory. Ling Yuner said, Yuner, the gravity inside Nether Sun should also be able to do this, right? Qin Yun asked. It should be possible. I will give a try. Ling Yuner said. This time, in order to save on the golden jades, they only used 10. Each person chose 5. Every time Qin Yun took out a golden jade from a black stone, Ling Yun released a thread of gravity to increase the weight of the golden jades. This way, when added together, the weight of the golden jades will be higher than the opponent's. Finally, it is time to weigh the golden jades. Qin Yun's total weight is 1. 5 G9 taels, and Di Mingxuan's is 1. 5 Gene 7 taels. My luck changed again. Qin Yun laughed loudly and said, He lost 100 million just now. He is very unhappy in his heart. But now that he has won, he is very happy. Di Mingxuan feels that Qin Yun is truly lucky. The golden jades he obtained are very heavy. That is why he can win against him. Di Mingxuan is very familiar with this method of golden jades. Even many martial kings and martial emperors lost to him. Chapter 804. Gambling house owner Di Mingxuan does not believe that Qin Yun has already grasped the method of gambling. Because of his own martial spirit, and because he had been immersed in this aspect for many years, he was able to find the knack of cheating. Of course, he does not dare to do it often because it would easily arouse other people's suspicion. This was especially true when he was playing with powerful martial emperors. He would deliberately win and lose. And Qin Yun seems to be late-stage Xian martial realm. Di Mingxuan has no misgivings. He wants to let Qin Yun lose everything. This time, Qin Yun played even bigger, betting on his Xian artifact and the 200 million purple coins in his hands. He had a total of 400 million. Di Mingxuan also had a lot of purple crystal coins. Naturally, he also followed. Same as before, this time he also picked 5 stones. Very soon it will be time to weigh. This time Qin Yun got 3 Gene 7 taels, and Di Mingxuan got 3 Gene 5 taels. Qin Yun won again. The onlookers also cheered loudly. Qin Yun won 400 million purple crystal coins. Moreover, he does not need to pay Panlong Pavilion any dividends. Qin Yun's purple crystal coins also increased to 600 million. Everyone can see that Qin Yun has no intention of leaving. After all, he won so happily. As long as he did not lose everything, he will continue gambling. If he continues gambling, maybe he can continue winning? Di Mingxuan is also not sure whether or not Qin Yun has truly grasped the method of gambling golden jade, because this is very difficult. It must be known that Qin Yun did not understand anything about golden jade gambling just now. One look is enough to tell that this is his first time playing. Therefore, he lost once. Now he has won 2 times in a row. It is indeed luck. Golden jades of the same size can differ by several taels. And Di Mingxuan's limit is at most he can quietly increase the weight of the golden jades by 2 taels. If he met a lucky person who picked very good quality and heavy golden jades, then even if Di Mingxuan used this method, he would still lose. Of course, Qin Yun's luck is not good. It is because his Nether Sun's power is very formidable. It can easily penetrate into the golden jades and temporarily increase the weight of the golden jades for several days. Di Mingxuan's limit is 2 taels. Qin Yun can increase it by 1 gene without any problem, but it is too exaggerated. The increase in weight is controlled by Ling Yun. Her calculations are very precise. It is always 1 or 2 taels heavier than Di Mingxuan's. This way the opponent cannot see anything wrong. Do you still want to continue? Di Mingxuan does not believe in evil and continued playing. Of course, unless I lose everything, I won't leave this gambling house. Qin Yun said with smile. One middle-aged spectator said with smile, apparently it is not this guy who lost everything. It is this gambling house who lost everything. Wasn't Di Mingxuan's luck very good before? Why did he lose so much? All his luck has been lost to that guy. Some of the onlookers had lost miserably, while others had only come to join the fun. Qin's good. House. This time, Qin Yun bet 800 million along with the Xian artifact. Di Mingchun is also willing to accompany them to the end. If he can win this 800 million in one go, he will make a big profit. When Qin Yun entered, he only won 10 million. Now, he had already won 800 million. If it were anyone else, they would have long left in satisfaction. Qin Yun and Di Mingchun picked 5 stones, took out the golden jades, and began weighing. But Qin Yun feels that it is not enough. He wants to block Panlong Pavilion and make it impossible for it to continue operating. This time Di Mingchun weighed 3 G8 taels, and Qin Yun weighed 3 G9 taels. 1 or 2 gene difference caused Qin Yun to wipe his sweat. Ah, I won again. Qin Yun was very nervous just now. His whole body is covered in sweat. Many people are also watching with fear and trepidation. This difference of 1 or 2 gene is 800 million purple crystal coins. After Di Mingchun lost, he sat down on a chair in pain. His expression is very unsightly. Continue. Qin Yun is addicted to playing. I only have 50 million left. Di Mingchun said. 50 million. I also lost everything. Then I used Xian tool as collateral to turn the tables. Maybe your 50 million can turn the tables. Qin Yun said with smile. Although Di Mingchun is not sure whether or not Qin Yun did something, he feels that it is very strange, so he doesn't want to continue gambling. Otherwise, he will lose everything. Maybe he will have to walk the path of collateral. At this time, an old man said, Panlong Pavilion's boss has arrived. Panlong Pavilion's boss is called Long Shanwei. He is a middle-aged man. From his name, it can be seen that he is from Long family. He is also a martial king. Di Mingchun saw Long Shanwei arrive. He promptly walked over and reported the situation to Long Shanwei through sound transmission. Long Shanwei has been in charge of this casino for many years. He is certainly proficient in all kind of cheating techniques. He chuckled and said, Little brother, looking at your attitude, you won't stop until you lose everything. I like excellent gamblers like you. Qin Yun said, That big brother from earlier doesn't want to gamble. Can you accompany me to the fullest? Ha. Long Shanwei let out clear and bright laughter and said, I'm the boss here. I will surely make you happy. Then let's bet 1 billion. Let's continue with golden jades. Qin Yun said, All right. Long Shanwei sat down. At this time, someone brought up a plate. Long Shanwei has a card up his sleeve. He let Qin Yun choose the first stone. Everyone is very calmly watching from the side. Long Shanwei is the boss of Panlong Pavilion. As long as someone wants to gamble with Panlong Pavilion, he will appear and accept the challenge. Di Mingchun is also earnestly watching. He wants to see how Qin Yun is doing this. Naturally, he also wants to know if Long Shanwei has his own method. This method is not passed on to outsiders. After Qin Yun crushed the black stone, he took out the golden jade inside. When he pinched the golden jade, he injected gravity into it. This time, Ling Yuner also added weight to the golden jades. Qin Yun secretly looked at Long Shanwei. He knows that he is doing something. Xiao Yun, this guy is the boss here. He won't be too excessive. Ling Yuner said. When it was time to weigh, Long Shanwei was the first to start. 5 golden jades weighed 4 jin. During weighing, a professional uses a pair of tweezers to pick up the golden jades and weigh them. Therefore, no one could do anything during this process. When it is Qin Yun's turn, it is 4 jin 2 taels. Qin Yun won again. Long Shanwei's brows creased. Now he knows that he has encountered a very thorny gambler. Qin Yun took in 1 billion purple crystal coins and deliberately laughed heartily. Now he has 2 billion in his hands. Let's continue. How much do we play this round? Long Shanwei doesn't believe in heresy. He can only continue. He lost 1 billion purple crystal coins. He is very unhappy. He wants to win it back. 2 billion. Qin Yun said with smile. All right. Long Shanwei's pressure is also gradually increasing. If he loses again, he will lose a total of 3 billion. Di Mingchun is also taking deep breaths. Even he has never played this big before. Everyone secretly admires Qin Yun's good luck. Everyone knows that when he entered, he only had 10 million purple crystal coins, and now he has 2 billion. Only Long Shanwei and Di Mingchun know that Qin Yun is using some kind of trick, but they can't find any proof. This was not the Long family's territory. Otherwise, Qin Yun would have been killed a long time ago. Qin Yun is also fearless because he is in Immortal Weapon City. If this casino dares to attack him, he will be completely wiped out. Long Shanwei and Qin Yun played again. This time he lost again. Qin Yun now has 4 billion purple crystal coins in his hands. Although Long Shanwei is the boss, he still has to hand over a portion of the casino's income to Long family. If he continues gambling, he will lose all of his income during this period of time, and it will be hard to explain himself. However, he cannot refuse Qin Yun. Otherwise, his casino signboard will be smashed. Let's continue. I will bet 4 billion this round. Qin Yun said, while laughing and laughing. We won't gamble golden jade anymore. Long Shanwei said, I have created a new type of gambling. If you want to gamble with me, I will pay you double. Qin Yun secretly inhaled a mouthful of air because if he wins, not only he will get 4 billion, he will also get 8 billion. All right. Qin Yun is not afraid. Even if he loses, he is confident that he can win it back. As long as this casino is still here, he can continue to make a comeback. Long Shanwei took out 5 black bowls, covered the table, then placed a pearl inside one of the bowls. He placed the bowls in the middle of the table and said, These bowls are spatial magic tools. They are interconnected. After I open them, the pearl inside will move around chaotically. Then I will stop and the pearl will appear in one of the bowls. If you correctly guess which bowl the pearl is in, you win. Qin Yun is secretly happy because this is the big vat guess. He was very good at it before. All right. He looked at the bowls and said. He used Extinction Spirit Eye and saw through the bowls in a short while. It is almost the same as big vat guess, just that it is a bit smaller. Long Shanwei began controlling the bowls, making the pearls move around chaotically. Qin Yun can also see that the pearls are moving around chaotically inside the bowls. However, he is secretly controlling them. He can do it very easily. Very soon, Long Shanwei stopped and said, Guess which bowl the pearl is in. Number 2 bowl. Qin Yun pointed at it. Long Shanwei also doesn't know which bowl the pearl is in. He only feels that Qin Yun won't be able to guess it so easily. All right. After Long Shanwei opened the bowl, his expression immediately changed. You lost, Qin Yun said with a smile. Hand over the purple crystal coins. Long Shanwei's hand holding the purple crystal card is somewhat trembling as he handed over 8 billion purple crystal coins to Qin Yun. Boss, he must have cheated. This guy must have mastered some kind of strange technique to see through the bowls. This is not fair. Di Mingchun walked over, grabbed Qin Yun, and said in an angry voice, You guys can't afford to play? Qin Yun said with sneer. You're tuning into the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.